Alright, welcome back everybody to the Bloodscale Dynasty. This is episode number 9, the holiest number. This is our recurring RP dynasty in King of the Castle. What does this mean? Well, it means that I roleplay my monarchs. I have a little sheet of paper here where I have some traits written down, character traits that I try to adhere to while playing my monarchs, and that leads me to oftentimes make very terrible decisions for my monarchs. But you know, I like suffering, so what can you do? I think it's more fun that way, and that's also why I encourage you all to do the same, and you know, decide some character traits for your nobles, decide a history, decide a story for your noble house, and then roleplay based on that. You don't have to do that, but I encourage you to do that. Why is this a recurring dynasty, though? This is episode number 9, as I mentioned. We always are running at least one of these, most times, except for breaks between long dynasties. Basically, the way these work is I write a little premise that is different than a usual King of the Castle game, and change the socio-political balance at the start of the game. And then we go from there and explore different themes. You can find more details on the themes of this dynasty in the link that is currently pinned in chat, that leads to our World Anvil page that has an intro, background info on the Bloodscale Dynasty. To put it very quickly, class conflict is one of the main themes, and how the nobles perceive the lower classes in the different regions, and the intersection of gameplay and roleplay. Two ways that appears in the game are: 1, initial penalties and victory bonuses. Each region has an initial penalty and a victory bonus that are applied when that region is holding the throne. For instance, you are gonna see that the patricians who are currently holding the throne lower authority to 3 at the start of the game, right? But if they win, all regions gain 1 trade, and the treasury and the patricians get some gold. So those change depending on the region. And we're doing this by modding the game very, very heavily. Another way we're changing, and we're exploring the interaction of gameplay and roleplay, is basically allowing players from the winning region each week to decide on which edicts to enact or repeal from a list of edicts that I provided. And those edicts change the rules of the game, basically. So for instance, the ones that are active tonight prevent me, the monarch, from picking Golden Choice, Iron Choice, and Royal Gamble, and from choosing any military ambition at any point in time. So, yeah, that's what we're doing here. Before we get started, though, I have for you a short summary of what happened previously in the Bloodscale Dynasty. In the reign of Monarch Vargas the Rotten, who ruled in the years 1064 to 1066. During the church's near schism, Grandi Vargas Coffey championed the true believers by praying at many holy sites and testing at sword point the other pilgrims' faith. In the election following the War of the Penniless, they won by 1 vote over noble patrician Agrippa Lowens. A baby born at Vargas' birthday with a 9 birthmark confirmed the 9th had plans for them, and expectations. Their rival tried turning the commoners against the rich crown, but the Grandis spent much to keep the kingdom unified. After Bloodlands veterans failed to catch bandits and burned a village in frustration, southern peasants refused to pay the tithe in protest. Vargas forbade more violence, forcing the Grandis to buy their own farmers' grain through mediators. The south grew coast-like, and the wealth gap between nobles and lowborns shrunk. And this is very interesting, right? Because we basically saw a more middle-class south emerging out of this event. On most matters, though, the monarch favored the Grandis. Patriarch Simple Coffee kept reminding Vargas of an old oath to serve their house above all. They let him go free after he killed Count Sonico in a duel. The East would have risen up if not for the rebel leader's timely vanishing. And this is also a very interesting detail that Lorx picked up. Skeletal Recondition was the rebellion leader in the Eastern attempted rebellion. And then the rebellion ended pretty much at the same time that Skeletal Recondition disappeared in a portal that appeared in the Eastern lands, if you recall. So that's very cool, right? Narratively. Simple was also allowed to exploit the coast, ruined after the Inquisition enforced ban on the heretical sale of ninth blood crabs. Vargas provided jobs during the ensuing Great Depression, but the patricians had made up their mind and rebelled, supported by the orthodox ninethists. And that's the last very interesting point, I would say, that emerged from last episode. The fact that we have a very faithful coast compared to usual standards, right? With the patricians allying with the orthodox members of the church. To keep on the Count's good side, the monarch invested massively in Easter farming, recently ravaged by crop blight and Ashmedian goats. Misfortunes plagued their loyalists, illness, monstrous bandits. The patricians outmaneuvered and slaughtered them. Vargas died riding out alone against the rebels. Commoners remember them as the Rotten, for surely their ill luck had been the Ninth's judgment for the nepotism which renewed war, leading the coast to break armies and plunder the East. Agrippa had won the throne in the end. And this is what happened in the previous episode of the Bloodscale Dynasty. Please give a big round of applause to that which Lurks, as always, for providing this awesome summary. Thank you so much, Lurks. And this also reminds us that the person who is sitting on the throne right now is none other than Agrippa Loans, who was previously a claimant, right? In 2 reigns in a row. So not only in the last episode, but also in episode 7, Agrippa was the patrician claimant and the one who lost the election by one vote against Vargas. So thanks again, Lurks, for the awesome job, for the awesome work here. Love reading these. Me too. They always set me in the right mood. This is awesome. Thank you so much. Like your title? Hell yeah, thank you. How is it episode 9 already? Right? It's insane. Alright. I hope Agrippa is the patrician claimant again somehow. I hope that's not the case, because that would be a bug. Once a monarch for now. So without any further ado, let us now proceed with the coronation of Monarch Agrippa. Also, join me in welcoming Chancellor Lauren. You might notice, remember when we said, oh yeah, we're gonna be testing something. Remember when we said we're gonna be testing something? Yeah, there you go. Oh, no worries, Morgan. Oh no, this is not Morgrim. This is something that is allowed by the new mod provided by Shiny, and the portrait is provided by Vaspir. Didn't see this coming, huh? Yeah, there you go. Chancellor Lauren. Where does the genie's end? Oh, I guess we'll find out. So welcome to Chancellor Lauren. No way. In the King Castle video on Steam, the monarch there is named Lauren? I didn't know. Oh, you're right. Yeah, the regular Chancellor is still here. Yeah, this is a painting, right? This is a painting with the old Chancellor. You think I'll be able to replace Chief Architect one day? Oh, that's a good point. I know what's up with the Agrippa portrait. It's because me and Morgan changed their avatar ID last time, and that must have been inherited to them as a monarch, and I gave you their unchanged... Oh, okay. Well, no worries. Your Majesty, your determination may have won the throne from Monarch Vargas, but you must still answer to the council. Your determination. Yeah, right? Because we tried and tried again. As is tradition, they will decide what happens to your coronation. Let's get this over with. Shall we call the nobles in? Which wealth? What is this wealth you're talking about? I feel like the patricians don't need to smooth over bad feelings, right? Because they just won a rebellion. Right? It fills you with determination, yeah. Should I veto that? I think I'm actually gonna say... Reaver, I think Agrippa wants a proper coronation. Yeah. I think that's what Agrippa would like to have. Request financial assistance or rebuilding after the civil war. We'll see. We'll see what the nobles think. What's the noble distribution today? Yeah, rather even. That's good. Patricians, don't forget to vote, because there's a lot of you, and I see only a few votes here. This is very close. 10 to 7 to 9. 10 to 9? Holy crap. 10 to 8 to 9? No way it's this close. 11 to 8 to 9. I'm gonna be counting down from 5 here. If you have not voted, this is the time to do it. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Look at that. The count's basically demanding retribution. It's good stuff. Keen to keep their new monarchs on the throne, the patricians distribute bribes, sorry, gifts to the counts and grandees. Meanwhile, the coronation itself is a rather quiet affair. Good stuff. Look at all that wealth that's been redistributed now. Interesting. Except for the sparse corruption. Yeah, they did loot the East. Wow. It kicked you out? We had to rejoin trash. That might be why. Don't look at my money. It's not there. Look at that. Marley, we did it. By the 9th, we had to pull some strings, but we got you that crown just as I said we would. Now just remember to uphold your end of the deal. You're not really a monarch, more like an employee of the patricians. Yeah, sure. Sure. I'm monarch now, you can't push me around. Relax, you're from the coast, aren't you? What's good for us is good for you, trust me. Now introduce yourself to the rest of the council, but don't forget what I told you today. You don't have money? Oh no, oh, you don't have money, I'm so sorry. So let's introduce ourselves to the counts. The grandees. Rather. The monarch is from the Low Ones family. Dragon Pete. How much money you have? You have 100 gold. Good job. Esoteric Sayobi. Welcome. May the 9th God bless your reign, your holiness. I trust you will conduct yourself with honor and faith. You can rest assured that will be the case. Yeah, you're not meant to be here. Well, might be a letter, yeah. And finally, we have Astro Projectile. In order to finally make your acquaintance, Your Majesty, may you escape the doom that befell your predecessor. And with that, the introductions are done. What do you think? Will they be a good little monarch and do as they're told? Too early to tell, but I have a bad feeling. We should have a backup plan just in case. Alright. Yeah, don't worry about the demon gun. Alright. Oh, let's kill the bug. Can we? No, we cannot. Unkillable bug. Then let's try to... yeah. Get a coronation going, but first of all, let's welcome Spy Master Adelaide. Yep, there's gonna be... if you remember, Shay is dead. Shay is dead. Shay's gone. That's true, Bunkle. Hope she does better than the last one. Oh, Poppy, you're right. Yeah, Poppy's gone. Poppy's absolutely gone. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of new faces around. What happened to Poppy? Poppy's been fired. Weirdest pronunciation of Adelaide. How would you pronounce it? I'm gonna probably pronounce Adelaide. What? Adelaide? Wow. I would have never guessed that. I'm probably gonna change pronunciation a bunch of times. Thank you, Lurks. Yeah, I needed that. Adelaide. Wow. I would have never thought. That's cool. It reminds me of a German name. You know? So, I'm using that as a base for it. Adelaide, that's cool. That makes sense. Yeah, of course it's odd to you. That's cool. 5th largest city in the nation. Oh wow, I didn't even know. Well. Alright, let's go. This is Adelaide to you. City was named because of Germans who settled there? No, you're shitting me, right? Your Majesty, you've claimed the throne in cunning battle. Have you planned how to keep it? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? So, let me tell you a little bit about Agrippa. But wait, are you kidding me? Kinda, you must be kidding me, right? So Agrippa, what do we know about Agrippa? Agrippa is known as a former pirate, of course. That leads to people having kind of a bad reputation. You know, they have been shown to be... they are very light-blooded, being a pirate. To the point that their origins are pretty uncertain. We don't even know where they come from. And they've been proven to be kind of a turncoat for personal benefit in the past, right? They've allied to multiple people, tried to associate with a bunch of factions. Adelaide actually was named that because of a German connection. It is a German name. How can I be so good? How can I be so good and smart and bright and intelligent? Tell me how can that be a thing? So goddamn smart. Adelaide Sachse Meiningen, that's great. It's the mustache. If only I had knew. If only I had known. You went to school. The brightness from shaving your hair? I mean, I'm not very bright tonight then. That's a good point though, Trash, yeah. So no, not named after the German connection, but named after someone who was born in Germany. Fantastic. There you go. It's because you've been training your brain for minutes a day by writing a thesis. That might be it, yes. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Anyway. Minutes doing the work. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That is the German Connection, which is probably a better movie than the French Connection, but yeah. Where were we? We're talking about Agrippa here. Probably like one person got that reference in chat. But it's alright. Yeah, no worries, Vesper. Nothing is wrong with French connections in general. I was referring to a movie called The French Connection. Yeah, Turncoat, thank you, yeah. So yeah, former pirate, very light-blooded, uncertain origins, kind of a bad rap for being a turncoat, for personal benefit, right? So they're definitely not coming to the throne with the best reputation. I think that also the first things that they their first public declarations are kind of ambivalent, right? Because I think that on the one hand they present themselves as a peacekeeper in a time of turmoil, right? And some say, thank God, somebody who's done fighting. Some others say, yeah, no shit, you want peace, you start a rebellion, what's about that? You know, what's up with that? And so yeah, on the one hand, people are a little bit hesitant in believing them. On the other, they're like, okay, hopefully we do need some peace now, so maybe that could be good. But at the same time, they probably said something like, you know, during the first council talks, before any laws and any events basically were discussed, I think they probably said something like, people should pay taxes based on their blood weight, you know? And I think that caused some alarm in the nobles of the council. And people don't even know if this is something that they actually said. You know, it's kind of debatable if somebody heard them say that, or if somebody rephrased something that they said, or if somebody gave voice to some thoughts that they thought Agrippa might have. But yeah, basically there's now this idea that Agrippa wants to tax heavy-blooded nobles more than light-blooded. Or rather, that Agrippa thinks that would be a more just way to do taxation. Plot twist, the count spun the tail like a game of telephone. It might be the case, yeah. That's probably what some patricians are saying, right? No, Agrippa never said that. This is the counts trying to create some narrative that are useful for them. But yeah, that's generally the idea. I think that's what is known of Agrippa. Former pirate, very light-blooded, bad reputation, kind of a turncoat, and then presenting themselves as a peacekeeper, even though they just want a rebellion, and at the same time, probably having some ideas on, you know, taxes and blood weight. Alright, that said, I think that their public facade here is to trying to be a peacekeeper for sure. I mean, like, oh, we're done with war. I suggest that for the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's stability. Alright, let's go. Scheme time! Oh my god, look at this mustache. Kalaman of the Vaspir dynasty. Oh, the mustache serves the purpose of hiding the frown. Notorious suspected cultist leans delicately on a podium, whispering carefully. Suspected cultist? Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. Sounds like Emmanuel's nightmare, or really, why? My fellow counts, under the rule of Queen Zoya, we were on the cusp of restoring the days of Eastern glory. But we cannot return to those heights while the false monarch Agrippa wears the crown. Can we please get a little bit of a clap here for Morgrim? Please? Please? Because this is fucking cool. This is fucking cool. Hell yeah. And I was just about to say, yeah, this is originally Amy's suggestion. My fellow counts, under the rule of Queen Zoya, we were on the cusp of restoring the days of Eastern glory. But we cannot return to those heights while the false monarch Agrippa wears the crown. Counts of the East. What do you want to do? Do you want to start a blood ritual and get the highest farming? Do you want to try to offer ascension to Agrippa and lower your own faith? Or do you want to possess the monarch and lower your own defiance? The crown is made of paper. I mean, given how often it changes hands, probably. Oh, this is close. 3-4. 3-4. So 3-5, 4-5. No worries. Welcome back. Counts. If you are a count and you have not voted, vote now. This might be a tie, or you might completely break the tie and decide it. I'm gonna count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Possession. It is. The counts plan to summon a demon to possess the monarch, putting them totally under their control. First, they must lull the monarch into a false sense of security. To advance their scheme, the counts must lower their defiance to 4 or less in 2 seasons. Alright. And then we have Peppy. Lovely name, of that which lurks lineage. Well-known southern prodigy stands bathed in sunshine, speaking softly. A false pretender occupies a throne while my claim is ignored. Grand is of the south. This is a stain on our honor. We must not allow it to go unanswered. Peppy of the Pizza Mafia. Grand is of the south. What do you want to do? Short for pepperoni, definitely. What do you want to do? Do you want to use sorcery and ask for the help of a wizard trying to raise authority? Do you want to try to look for a doppelganger trying to lower your own defiance? Or do you want to intimidate the monarch and raise stability? Give me a second here. I just got some shitty news from work that are gonna make me pretty mad. It's bullshit. Alright, let's forget about this for now and have fun with the game. Intimidation it is, it looks like. The Grandees plan to hold the monarch hostage in their own palace. First, they must lull the spy master into a false sense of security. Another one. To advance their scheme, they must raise stability to 5 or more in 4 seasons. Okay. And then we have Dominic, looking very displeased, of the sparse corruption family. Sinister business mogul, you don't say. Scribbles with a well-used quill on hardwood desk, muttering in frustration. This is really good. No, Lemon, no. Nothing that simple. Something even worse, but I'm not gonna discuss it on stream. This is really good. Sinister business mogul of the corruption family. Guess what isn't on the scheme list? No way. No way. How very cunning of us. Agrippa now sits the throne and the patricians are in charge. But the other regions will already be scheming to depose them. Do we stay loyal to the new monarch or cut our losses and put me on the throne instead? Wait, we actually don't know that, right? Morgrim? Because they're gonna reroll being loyalist. Well, let's see. Oh my god, it's not. What do you want to do, patricians? Do you want to be a loyalist and aid the monarch? Do you want to start an uprising trying to raise the treasury? Or do you want to start a conspiracy trying to lower the treasury? What do you want to do? They heard about the blood having his tax suggestion? That might be the case, yeah. That might indeed be the case. Oh, I see, Morgrim. Okay. 4 to 5 patricians are pretty split here. I gotta be counting down from 5 here. If you are a patrician and you want to vote, vote now. You might tie this vote. Counting down from 5, 4, 3. It's currently a tie. You can break it. 2. Vote to break the tie. 1 and 0. Oh my god, loyalist it is. This is Shiny Quark's banner. Shiny is a wizard. Why are you surprised? That settles it then. Long live the monarch. May they bring peace and prosperity to our new kingdom. It's indeed a crab, yes. But we can always change our minds. If Agrippa ever gets out of line, we can take up our arms and get rid of them the old-fashioned way, even if it's a little costly. The patricians' goal is to aid the monarch by countering the other region's schemes as much as they can. They will win the game if the monarch produces an heir, and blah blah blah. Alright. So we have a long-lost nephew. Right, these are standard. That's what you meant, Morgrim. These were not edited. So we have a long-lost nephew, an embittered step-sibling, an embittered step-uncle. Well, this is interesting. This is interesting. Alright, all relatives. No worries. It's alright. Let's go. So let's see why I can pick all of them. That's great. That's great. They've been around indeed. So, I would say swing boats. Swing boats sounds fun. With the swing boats. A fishy wedding. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well. 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 The Grandees rolled no unique schemes. This is fitting because the church, at least a half of its entrenched in systemic power, is not on the side of the Grandees. That's very real. That's very true. Thank you for pointing that out. Well, let's go to the fishy wedding first. Your Majesty, the Archduke of Sal has invited you to his forthcoming wedding. Your attendance would help shore up relations between our two great nations. By the ninth great nation, the Isle of Sal is nothing more than a nest of pirates and cutthroats. Well, they're all friends. Probably. Komari, hello. As I heard, it isn't a proper marriage anyway. The Archduke is marrying a fish. Actually, wait. Is that Raziella? Right? That's Raziella coming in. Is that her first council appearance? The Groom is a fiendfolk, one of the denizens of the sea, perfectly sapient and actually amphibious. Well, the church doesn't agree with the man marrying a fish. We mustn't legitimize this farce by allowing the monarch to attend. Can you please join me in welcoming High Inquisitor Daisy, who's replacing High Inquisitor Moat. Yeah, kinda, that's exactly how it's gonna go. Daisy, as her name would probably make you guess, is completely inoffensive and won't be a problem at all. So, of course the monarch should attend the wedding. The monarch will not attend. No, we'll not do this. They're all friends. We're gonna attend, right? We're going to attend the wedding, of course. We're gonna attend. The pirates are all our friends. The White Rose does not like this new Inquisitor. They aren't liked any other. Oh, they haven't liked any others. Yes. Thank you, my dear council. Thank you, my dear council. I appreciate it. Wait, Bonkle? Why do the pirates not want me to visit other pirates? Huh? I want to know. Why not? Why not? Excellent. The wedding is scheduled for next year. I'll inform the Archduke that you shall be delighted to attend. This kingdom is sliding into madness. Yeah? The peasants, sentimental as ever, are in favor of your decision. Public opinion turns against the overly strict church. Alright. Oh. There you go. So, same reason as to why I voted Uprising instead of Loyalty during Skim's vote. I do not support other pirates. Oh, I see. Okay. Yep, bug squashed immediately. Let's kill some nobles. Your Holiness, a number of grandees have gone missing in the east. Tell me all, Rihanna. Tell me everything. Lovely hair. They traveled to Count Innocent's castle to negotiate a trade agreement, but they should have returned weeks ago. The missing grandees never even made it to my lands. They most likely got lost. The east is a dangerous place. Count Innocent? I'm sure you're innocent. Yeah, I'm sure they're innocent. Yeah. Clearly innocent. Who's gone missing? Anyone I care about? 3 grandees are missing. Grandee Simple Coffee. Oh, what a shame. Grandee Imogay King and Grandee Morgan II. Where could they have gone? Just north of my estate lies the Mold Platter Forest. To the west, the Twilight Lakeline, and to the south, the Larian's Haunt. I like to live remotely. Does wonders for the soul. I'm certain that this is some kind of ploy by Count Innocent. In a few months' time, he'll quietly offer us a ransom. Blood and stars, don't be so foolish. We'll find them. We just have to decide where to focus our efforts. Nothing of value was lost. I mean... Count Innocent will instead be executed for abducting them? No! I mean... Knowing the Grandees, it's probably something like that. Haunt, thought it was haunted. They wanted to do some exorcism or something. You know, something like that. Yeah. Innocent until proven guilty. Is it Miran or Myron? Moonrise, getting lost chasing the local legend is something I could see happening. Yeah, see? There you go. Looks like we're going to the haunt. What does haunt actually mean? Like, is it like a noun for haunting? Like for a haunted place? Or does it have a different meaning? Ilaran's Haunt. A detachment of Count Innocent's bravest knights venture into the bedeviled marshland, known as Ilaran's Haunt. None for a haunted place. Awesome, thank you. The missing grandies are found alive and well, if a little bedraggled. Ninth bless you, we are indebted with you, God. We've been eating bugs for a month. No. Please take this as a thank you. It's an antique teapot from the Cursed Age. We found it in the bog. Would you believe it? Well. Place for granted by a specified person or group of people. Oh, really? So it's a place that Ilarion used to frequent? That's cool. That's cool, thank you. I didn't know. Can we have that teapot back? I don't think I want the teapot. I don't think I care for the teapot, to be honest. I think it's either you can keep it, or... I honestly don't think that Agrippa really has this kind of sensibility, you know? Oh, it's an ancient artifact. It's like, a teapot? You can keep it. Who gives a shit about a teapot? If you say so, your majesty, you know that we are very grateful. Just know that we are very grateful. Yeah. It was indeed a doggo. Her name is Molotov. The counts put it in the box. Do they really even care about it? Yeah, exactly. Enjoy your teapot, Morgrim. The Honor Guard. One evening, you're sitting up in bed reading some paperwork when a filth-encrusted peasant wanders into your bedchamber, as bold as brass. Hello, your mage. Glad I finally found you. This bloody place is a maze. Mind if I take a seat? Who are you? Out of character. Oh no. Oh, me? Name's Bolivar, your mage. That's a great name. Pleased to meet you. Listen, I got a bloody great idea for you. What if you chop the legs off horses and replace them with wheels? Boom, faster transport. Bolivar. Before Bolivar can explain further, your marshal burst into the bedchamber, sword drawn. Your Majesty, I'm sorry I didn't come sooner. I have no idea where the Palace Watch are. Do you want me to kill this intruder? Also, please. Welcome, Marshal Olympia. Olympia's really cool. And all the portraits, all the new portraits are made by Vaspir. Olympia's looking kind of... Damn. Yeah, Olympia looks cool. Yeah. Bulky and all. Very pretty. The Olympian athlete. No, don't kill the intruder. Do we want to vote on that bullshit? I mean, if it had been anything else, I might have voted on it. But chopping legs off horses, God, even Agrippa knows. Even Agrippa knows it's gonna kill him. Just kick him out. Just kick him out. No worries, Kitty. Welcome in. Happy to see you. I hope you're well. Can we vote just to say no? I mean, even Agrippa knows. If it had been anything else, I would have voted on it, even the birds. But this one, we're gonna kick him out. The peasant is dragged from her bedchamber, still babbling about horse wheels. So when the marshal returns, she looks green. If one thing is clear, is that you need another guard who can actually keep you safe. Think carefully. Their loyalties will be divided between you and their region. And Mari, Isabella comes in. Of course you'll be taking the gladiators, Your Majesty. None of the other options are half as muscly. I mean, I'm probably gonna take the gladiators. Am I gonna take the gladiators? I am gonna take the gladiators, right? Yes, I am gonna take the gladiators. Post the gladiators for sure. Alright, let's go. Oily boys are in. And it's time for the first auction of the night here. Also, you might notice that there's a new face up here. I didn't know it pulled it for this one too. That's cool. That's Opalance for you. Not really everyone, Vaspir. Yeah, everybody changed. This is Opalance. Opalance has been with us for a few episodes, actually. But we didn't have the tech to change it. Actually, this one might be displayed in last episode's auctions too. Now that I think about it. Alright, let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Ba-boom! Exclamation mark fund followed by the letter of the building you want to fund, followed by the amount of money you want to spend. Your options are lowering farming for the counts with A, lowering military for the counts with B, raising farming for the grandees with C, raising stability with D, which would be great, raising authority with E, which would be great, and lowering authority with F. Oh shit. This is very dangerous, y'all. By the way, can we talk about the fact that this kingdom is absolutely mangled by the civil war? Except for the patricians, the other regions are not doing great. Especially the east is not doing great. 20 seconds left, so you better get spending your little money, the little money you have here. 10 seconds left now. Spend your money, spend your money, spend your money. 5 seconds. What do you want to do? Oh my god. Oh my god, you actually lowered authority, you monsters. Well, okay. Steel and others raising farming in the south with an aqueduct, and Ephra and others lowering authority with a theater. Good stuff. Steel, you have 0 money. You're done. You're donezo. And namesake returns, an island rises, and finding a spouse. Well, I'm going to start with finding a spouse here, which is the quickest one. Yeah, I don't think Agrippa will like any Vargas for sure. It's important to find a spouse. I think Agrippa is okay. Likes anybody. Mahoroa, look at this. You'll marry into the patricians as we agreed before you took the throne, right? Right? Maybe. Yeah, sure. I swear I have their head around here somewhere. Do the Pats still kind of care for the peasants? I would say, yeah. I would say. He's plotting with the grandees? I mean, plain double agent. And namesake returns. Let's do this first. Your Majesty, you might recall that your predecessor, Vargas, allowed a child from the south to take their name. What a sentimental old fool. Well, it wouldn't be my place to comment on royalty. In any case, we've had word from the south that this child has reached adulthood. Yeah, the last thing we need is a reminder of an old monarch. Young Vargas has become a noted adventurer, delving into dungeons and fighting monsters. But some adventurers cause more problems than they solve. It seems Vargas is of that type. Their battles have caused several major fires in farmland across the south. I wonder if it would be wise to step in, but I suppose it's no bad thing if your predecessor's name is tainted by association. Well, arrest them. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god, this is so bad. This is so bad. Vargas is actually coming back to haunt us. Well. Yeah, these are all very bad. And the thing is, I definitely don't want this. So it's either going to be trying to arrest them with 0 military, or paying them a ship to distant Valamir. It looks like an ad is about to run here. So I'm going to be starting the vote. And if the ads start running while we're voting, I'm gonna just walk away for a couple of minutes and then finish the vote once the ads are over. So let's start the vote. Yeah, exactly. Do you want to A, fail, B, become bankrupt, or C, hit one authority? Yeah. Why would you care about a peasant? I mean, it's a matter of principle, right? It's Vargas. Get him out of here. Voting A for the memes. A is possible. All right, there you go. We have 3-minute ad break, so I'm going to be pausing here. I'm gonna be taking a break. Break time. I'm gonna be using the restroom myself. I'm gonna be getting some cough drops for my throat, and then we're gonna continue in 2 minutes and a half. So you keep voting if you want, and use the opportunity to go grab something to drink or to eat, and use the restroom yourselves, alright? I'll see you in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for sticking around. It looks like we're gonna pay Vargas a ship to distant Valamir. Let's go. Vargas gratefully accepts a coin. The adventurers board a ship eager for new quests in foreign lands. This is like, we're sending them as a sabotage force in order to invade Valamir later on once it's destroyed. That's very smart. Alright. Let's pursue Fishlove. Your Majesty, Your Highness, something most strange has occurred in the Ghost Sea. A new island is risen halfway between our shores and the Isle of Sal. The Fiendfolk raised it from the depths using their weird ocean magic. It's true, Your Majesty. The Fiendfolk raised the island to celebrate the marriage of their prince to the Archduke of Sal. They will gift it to him on the day of the ceremony. This is terrible news. That island is of immense strategic importance. We can't let it fall into Salish hands. Well... Well... I'm gonna let you swing on this one. For no specific purpose. Yeah, I noticed that, Vaspir. So what are you doing to me? You're sending me... Of course you're sending me to seduce the Fiendfolk Prince. Of course you're sending me to seduce the Fiendfolk Prince. I had no doubt. Why didn't you tell me? Oh, I noticed after the stream had started, and I was hoping to get to the end of the stream without anyone noticing, and then tell you after. Since we couldn't do anything about it anyway. Alright. Every time this happens, nobles get possessed by demons from beyond space and time, intent on one purpose alone, making the monarch seduce a fishman. Did that happen to you too? No! Looks like you're immune to this. Incredible. Send the monarch to seduce the Fiendfolk Prince, sabotaging the wedding. Capital idea! You want me to sleep with the fishes? You didn't go that far, but you're unattached, and you'd make a far better match for this Fiendfolk Prince than the Archduke of some rainy little island. If I must. Preparations begin for your clandestine visit to one of the Fiendfolk's undersea villages. Your Chancellor has heard of magic reeds that allow the bearer to breathe underwater, but such a thing will take weeks to track down. At least that gives you time to prepare for your underwater visit, and to buy some water for roses. Well, okay. Oh, I see. Hidden in a labyrinth beneath the eastern castle, a pair of counts meet to speak of their schemes against the monarch. Sonic, go! The Chancellor sent me a fruit basket last week to thank us for our efforts in helping the crown. It's working. Our reputation is secure. Our problem now is the Archbishop. His beady little eyes will be focused on us if we're not careful. You must evade him at all costs. For the next stage of their scheme, the counts must lower their faith to 4 or less. That's true, Bunkle, yeah. Yeah, right? Is the council allowed to do that? I don't know. Then the game made the joke for you. Good. So... should we tag some nobles here? Why the hell not, right? I mean, the kingdom is in absolute disrepair. The treasury is in absolute disrepair now. So... we should probably... Yeah. Is Agrippa going to tax the heavy-blooded counts more? I don't know. I think they will probably... Do they want to have it tax everybody and just solve this once and for all? Or are they just gonna do this? Let me take a look at my notes here. Or since you're a pirate, you can loot tombs. Oh, that's a good point too. Your notes say pay us? I don't think it does. What's that? A bribe for a bribe. Warp Lotus. Appreciate that attempt and your kindness, but I don't allow that stuff to influence the game. Just a word of advice. Don't throw money at me expecting that I'm gonna do something in the game, because that's not gonna happen. But thank you. I still appreciate the bribe. That's the fickle nature of a bribe. You never know if it's actually gonna work. It was funny. It was pretty funny. A bribe for a bribe. Can I throw Monopoly money? I mean, you can. There's no guarantee it's gonna work. Would the tax against the coast be reinvested for the peasantry? Sure. Of course. Against the south. Of all of them. Yes. Pure comic value was worth it. Yes. I should get some TTS, you know, in the future. I'd say 1400 is enough. Honestly, I think this might be it. You know, I think this might be it. Can you go into negative money? I mean... Treasury too low. I cannot. But... you can go to exactly 0. So I think we're gonna do this. I think narratively it makes a lot of sense that Agrippa would do this. Yeah, 0 ends the game. So yeah, I'm trying to think if they would rather loot tombs, but no, they would not hesitate here. They would absolutely not hesitate to tax people. Definitely not like this. Definitely this. I think it's this. Yeah, I think it's this. There you go. Well. Icebook, hello and welcome, and thank you for joining. How are you doing? You are a count. Let's fix the forest fires first. Simple coffee. Hello. Your Holiness, forest fires in the east are out of control. We've tried everything, but they're caused by a demonic spirit loose in the woods? Oh, poor Grandy Morgan II's estate already burned down with her inside. Well... Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Exactly, Bunkle, yeah. Oh shit. Do we want to do a controlled burn? Priest of the Ninth God, it's like... I don't know. I feel like with the... I feel like that with the... With faith rising in the... faith rising in the coast, and with economical concern rising in the south, it might probably be a controlled burn, you know? I think so, Morgrim. Or we get rid of the priests, or both. Agrippa made an alliance with the church. That is true. Is this the Orthodox church, though? Oh, this might be the case, yeah. Oh, this actually makes a lot of sense, right? This is Agrippa sending in Orthodox priests. Yeah, you're right. This might be it. So if this works... this consolidates the Orthodox faith in the south. I mean, if this succeeds, and if it fails, it means that the Orthodox faith loses grip. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Huh. It's like... Wine? Friend? Do you have a few spare priests to send to the south? That's Agrippa's voice, by the way. Abstain because I'm dead. We need to nip this in the bud strategically. Is this you, Sayobi? Yes, it is. 9 to 20 looks pretty decided. Let's go. And it's a success! A contingent of priests bravely faced the inferno in the name of the Ninth God, brandishing holy symbols and carrying holy water in big holy buckets. Although many die, the blaze is contained. That's good. That's very good. Rest in peace, Morgrim. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Rest in peace, Morgrim. No, why would it be in the east? It was a southern event. Here's how Smote can still lose. Yep. Yep. Is shifting the Orthodox's religious power? Definitely. This is good stuff. Would Agrippa want to marry somebody? Let's get a fish. Let me shut up. I should shut up here. I should shut up. Congrats on the 15 stream streak, kitty. The Fiendfolk send a stagecoach made from a giant clam pulled by seahorses. You equip your magic breathing reed and hop inside. Climb carriage plunges back beneath the waves and you are whisked down into the murky depths. A few hours later, you arrive at an undersea citadel of kelp woven huts. Their prince meets you at a grand table formed of knotted coral. Tiny finful spawnlings swim around your legs as you sit. That's admittedly pretty creepy. Greetings, your majesty. We are honored to have such a prestigious visitor. I think this might be time to get my fishing rod out. You know what I mean? Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. The temptation was too strong. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, Lurks. Of course, I knew I could count on you. So how do I do it now? Yeah, this place is amazing. This place is amazing. This is gonna come back and haunt me. I know, like all these things that I say on stream, they all sound very funny. And then like a few months from now, I get reminded of a clip and I'm like, why the fuck did I say that? You know how to do it? I think I do. A wheel passes overhead, momentarily dousing you in shadow. So you're here to discuss my betrothal to Archduke Shomo and the island I'm giving him as dowry. Hey, first of all, I must offer my congratulations. Thank you. Unlike most of my kind, I believe that Fiendfolk and Surface Folk must get along. This wedding is the first step in that process. May I ask, why do you have to give him a dowry? Well, it's a very small island. The Archduke assured me it wasn't worth very much. After all, you surface folk have so much land already. Well, actually the island's worth a huge amount to us. Oh, really? How interesting. The Archduke told me differently. Tycho, welcome back and thank you so much for the 13 freaking months. I'm so happy to see you. How you doing? Do not look in the Discord. Oh no. Let me finish the event first. Welcome back, Tycho. Well, this new island could I would say this is the one, right? This new island could cause a war between your future husband and I. A war? Really? I can't risk that. It seems my betrothed has misled me about the importance of this island. Such deceit. He is not the man I thought him to be. I will have to call off the wedding. Thank you for clarifying things for me, Your Majesty. Why should I go so soon? Let's have a drink. The Fiendfolk Prince offers you bitter seaweed beer, which you imbibe through a complex underwater drinking mechanism. For hours, you and he swap stories and commiserate over the hardships of royalty. God, I feel you, Tycho. I feel you. Glad to hear you're doing good, though. As the night draws on, you find yourself and the prince growing closer and closer. A touch on the knee, a stroke of the gills. Could you take things further? I mean, I wouldn't be called Agrippa if I didn't grip the occasion, you know? Of course we're gonna draw the Fiendfolk Prince in for a kiss. You spend a pleasurable night with the Fiendfolk Prince atop a bed of woven kelp. It'll be a night to remember for a long time. But it's over far too quick. Yeah, this is the fever. It's the fever speaking. Okay, it's not me. It's not me. Hi, Molotov. Propose to marry the Finful Prince. I'm going on in. Yeah, I'm a little bit sick. When you drop to one knee, the Finful Prince makes a startled noise that sounds like a frog throwing up a set of bagpipes. Thank you, Kitty. You cannot be serious. This is still so fast. You don't even know my name. Not in front of the dog. Sorry, Molotov. What's your name? My name is Glorb. Problem solved. I have only just decided to end my betrothal to the Archduke. You would have me move on so quick. We're destined to be together. But what about your vindictive nobles and your hidebound priests? Your kingdom is less accepting of my kind than the Isle of Sal. They are invited to kiss their royal behind. Ha! With a gentle smile, Glorb grabs you by the hand. Yes, 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 1,000 times yes. In fact, why wait? Let's get married right now. We can formalize things in your cathedral later. But how many of your kind can boast of having an underwater wedding? The prince rushes about the village organizing an impromptu ceremony. Before you know it, you're swimming down the aisle, a manta ray draped around your shoulders like a cloak. Do you take me as your husband? I do. Glorb draws you into a passionate kiss. The watching villagers cheer, filling the choral church with bubbles. And so we are married in the eyes of the deep queen. I suppose we must journey to the surface and marry in the eyes of your ninth god as well. I'm so looking forward to meeting your courtiers. I can't wait to see the looks in their faces. Oh dear, I hope they will come to accept me as one of their own. The next day, after a wonderful wedding night, you and your new husband travel back to the surface in a clamshell carriage. So how did it... Oh, ninth above! You've brought the Finful Prince back with you. The Chancellor turns a faint shade of red at the sight of your handsome, glistening husband. Indeed, good Chancellor. Oh, right, I'm sorry, no. It's rather... Indeed, good Chancellor. And we have married now. There you go. That's more like it. Archbishop, man, I'm sure my political ally isn't sullying the title of monarchy in the name of the church. Sure we're not. I see. Well, may I be the first to congratulate you, Your Majesty, but the church will not be happy when they find out. Well, we're gonna pay them well, and they're gonna be happy. Don't worry about it. Well, I spent weeks finding suitable matches for you, Your Majesty, but I suppose given the circumstances, I wasted my time. Sorry, Lorraine, sorry. I just couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. So... Deep in the back rooms of the royal palace, the coastal patricians are poring over secret letters and scribbled diagrams on... The monarch has married Glorb. Praise the ninth. What do you mean, praise the ninth? Now they just need to get on with producing an heir. We can't hold off the other regions forever. Also, why are you here, Bunkle? God damn it. I'm gonna have to take a look at the quote later, at the clip later. Let's go. Indeed, the clock is ticking. The counts. Look at that! Electri of the Lowens family and the other pirate. That's great. Oh, you're right, Bunkle. Yeah. They've been trying to get into the Monarch's good books, but I can't work out why. Then we've got to keep up our efforts. Alright, you gotta keep helping me. I cannot do much with these. I like swing votes. I'm gonna keep swim boats. I like it. The demonic teapot, a controversial wedding, and a laughingstock. Well, let's start with the wedding, right? You stare out over the assembled faces of your nobles. You have a big announcement for them, and you're not sure how they'll take it. May I introduce you to your new king consort? Your servants blow trumpets to signal the Fiendfolk Prince's arrival. He steps out beside you, his feet slapping on the marble. He waves awkwardly. I want an emote of that now. I want Glorb waving awkwardly as an emote. I will do my best to bring your people together. Not for too long. Random see your face from the hand of each other. A collective gasp ripples through the ranks of nobles. Someone faints. One of the grandees spits out a mouthful of wine. Yeah, that's the out-of-water voice for the Fiendfolk. They all have great voices underwater, but out of water, that's how they sound. God above, the Monarch has married a fish! Someone fetch the Archbishop. Lore Master, hello. Oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't think it would be this bad. By sea and storm, you married a Fiendfolk over one of our eligible candidates? Well. Well. I'm hoping this marriage will herald a new era of tolerance. The nobles mutter darkly among themselves. News of your Fiendfolk husband spreads like wildfire through the kingdom. It's not long before an outraged archbishop is petitioning the council. Your Majesty, this undersea wedding is not legitimate. Fiendfolk traditions have no authority in this kingdom. And I will not allow your fishy friend to step a single webbed foot into St. Bertrand's Cathedral. Okay, well. I really want to see the Monarch go against the former ally here. Remember how we were saying turncoat? I love this. I really want to see it happen. Agrippa, I think, still feels like they have some sort of debt towards the church, and was actually thinking of paying the church in some way. But with wine opposing this, that might be out of the picture, you know? It might be off the table. The Bulgarian flag. That's a good point, Amy, yeah. That's awesome. Let's go. Let the royal wedding go ahead in the cathedral. Your wedding to the Fiendfolk Prince is naturally the talk of the kingdom. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. Many nobles refuse to attend the event. Even now, they're still furious that you're marrying a Fiendfolk. On the day of the ceremony, the streets are packed, but St. Bertrand's Cathedral is nearly empty. But when you walk down the aisles to see Glorb waiting by the altar, nothing else matters. Exactly, Shiny. Do you take this fish as your lawfully wedded husband? I object! You'd recognize that figure anywhere. It's Archduke Shomo, the man who had been betrothed to the Fiendfolk Prince, your former friend. Until you swooped in. You stole my husband! Snake! Fiend, I want my island! The Archduke is swiftly bundled away by security. But you suspect that's not the last you've heard from him. You know what? Probably Shomo stole my former love. You know, Agrippa's former love in the past when we were both young pirates. Yeah. You turn your attention back to the Archbishop, who is rolling his eyes. Hi, Drew. Did I pronounce you married in the eyes of the kingdom? Now get out of here. You're greeted outside the cathedral by a huge cheering crowd. The nobles and the church may not like it, but the common folk adore your new Fiendfolk husband. They like me. They really like me. You and your husband head back to the palace where you celebrate long into the night, hours before the two of you have any time alone. Surface customs are so fascinating. I was particularly impressed by your land pulses. Or what now? I can't see above what is above the reef. My people still live up. I will work it out. Of course we will. I hope your nobles will get used to my presence. Let's not worry about it tonight. You're right, of course. I mean, let's get to business. Care to join me in bed? No time like a button. Come here, my darling's palace. You don't get much sleep. The church condemns you, but the peasants are on your side for once. Across the kingdom, more and more ordinary people are striking up relationships with finfolk and getting married in the shallows. The improved relations between sea and shore are particularly beneficial for the south, where finfolk happily herd fish into southern nets. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, you don't say. Well, you don't say. That went pretty well. Right? Overall? Yeah, fish marriage is the way out of the crisis. And now let's see why people would laugh at us. Your Majesty, the acclaimed playwright Reginald Chickensteel, that's a great name, has written another smash hit. All the theaters in the capital are showing it nightly. Wonderful, I love it. So do I, so does everyone, but the problem is that the new play features a character obviously based on you. The problem? I don't like where this is going. The character is played by a professional clown named Biffo. At one point, a bucket of custard is appended over their head as they sit on the throne. Your Highness, peasants and nobles alike are watching this play. The theaters are packed. You must put a stop to it. You simply cannot be known as Monarch Biffo. Put out a warrant for Reginald Chickensteel's arrest. 2 days later, Reginald Chickensteel is brought before you in chains. He's shivering in his little pointy boots. You caught up to him as he was boarding a ship to the Republic of Kurth, Your Highness. Please have mercy. Yeah. You know, my first instinct was just kill this guy. But this is too appealing. Yeah, order him to change the role into a heroic one. Yes, of course, I'll rewrite the role immediately. As satires go, it was a little broad anyway. When the play is re-released, everyone agrees that it's lost what made it special. Many of the nobles are furious that you arrested and threatened the great Reginald Chickensteel. But at least you dealt with a threat to your authority. Well, that's great. That's absolutely great. Oh no, why is it the Archbishop? Your Majesty, my people have recovered this teapot from Grandy Morgan II's estate. It was the source of the catastrophic forest fires back in the winter. He hands you an ash-smothered teapot. This very same one that Grandy Morgan II had offered you when you rescued her from the east. Some kind of evil spirit had infested this crockery. A fire demon from the seventh hell, no doubt. We should destroy it at once, Your Holiness. Who knows if it might cause the evil spirit to return? Destroy it? This is a priceless Eastern artifact. You never should have been allowed to take it back to the south in the first place. That doesn't matter now. This thing is dangerous. Well... Well... Oh, this is bad. I'll let the nobles decide. I'll let the nobles decide what they want to do. You decide who keeps it. I'll be right back. Give me a second here. Alright, so how's the... It's a tie? I said you choose, not me. What the fuck, everybody? Alright, I'm gonna be counting down from 5 here. If you have not voted, you can vote now and break the tie. And decide who keeps the teapot. Counting down from 5. 4. Any vote breaks the tie now. 2. 1. And 0. You assholes. You assholes. Sometimes I really hate y'all. Sometimes I really hate y'all. What do we want to do here? Fuck it, let's throw a bone at the Archbishop. No, this is cultural erasure! Before anyone else can protest, the Marshal swiftly confiscates the teapot and smashes it into pieces with a big hammer. You think you hear a faint scream as it's destroyed. It would make a lot of sense, Marley, but yeah. We're throwing a bone at wine. In the south, beneath the scorching sun, Grandy Frist strolls through his vineyard in the company of a few close friends. Our plans are going better than expected. The spymaster thinks all is well in the kingdom. Thanks to her lack of attention, I've amended the wording of the oaths of our soldiers swear when joining up. Now they proclaim their loyalty to the ninth god rather than the monarch. Oh wow. That's the White Rose? Holy shit. Things are proceeding better. That's funny, Hesperus. Also, Hesperus, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Hesperus. Everybody, please. Let's give a big happy birthday to Hesperus. Midnight has passed. I would sing you the song if that was not like... If that wouldn't get me flagged for copyright infringement. Happy birthday, Hesperus. I'm glad you can be here with us on this momentous occasion. You thought I would forget, huh? You thought I would forget. Isn't happy birthday music public domain? I'm not sure about that, you know? I have a feeling that somebody might have, like, I think I read somewhere, heard somewhere that it was under copyright. I don't know. But anyway, happy birthday! Happy to have you with us. Hope you have a wonderful birthday and, you know, good opportunities to celebrate. There you go. Let's continue. Things are proceeding better than I ever imagined. Our next step is to replace the Palace Watch with our own agents. Indeed, the Honor Guard are incorruptible, but the Watch are another story. If the Monarch can't pay them, they will look for money elsewhere. For the next stage of their scheme, the Grandees must lower their treasury to 1,500 or less in 2 seasons. There you go. Lurk's singing the song for you. That's good stuff. Copyright in the USA ended in 2015. Oh, okay. Good stuff. Awesome. I'm still not gonna sing because my throat is killing me right now. But happy birthday. So, where do we go here? Stage fright. Island dowry. Let's solve this. Agrippa, I have a surprise for you. Close your eyes. I'm gonna peek 100%. You watch as your husband pulls down a map from the wall and scribbles a dot in the middle of the Ghost Sea. When you're allowed to look, you do your best to act surprised. Oh, he got me an island! Call it rather important. When you announce the good news, the Marshal is ecstatic. Even your nobles are grudgingly impressed. Let's see what the council wants to do with this new island. That's great. Oh! See? This might be the opportunity to give it to the church. Now, if it were to Agrippa, if it were for Agrippa, Agrippa would say, let's give it to the church. As payment, as compensation, for help in the rebellion. Timbers, welcome back and thank you for welcome in and thank you for joining. You are a Grandee of the South. I think Agrippa would give this to the church. Also, it would be quite ironic forcing the church to accept a gift from Finfolk. You know? Oh, this is the perfect solution. This is the perfect freaking solution. This is Agrippa saying, there, here's your payment. You wanted payment for help in the rebellion, right? Here it is. Oh, it's something from a heretic fish that you don't appreciate? Sucks for you that you're gonna have to accept it. This is pretty good. Welcome in, Timbers. How are you doing? I think this is how Agrippa is playing it. And hopefully the council goes along. So, you know, kind of trying to push the church to accept a hard bargain. Oh, this is close. 10 to 10, 11 to 10, 11 to 12 to 11. 12 to 11. So if you have not voted, y'all, I see Grandees have voted a little less, I think. Patricians too. Alright, 14 to 13. If you have not voted, you could tie this or overturn it. I'm gonna be counting down from 5 here. It's currently tied at 14. And I'm counting down from 5. 4. 3. 15 to 14. 2. 1. And 0. 16 to 14. I'm actually very interested to see Amy voting for A, because I think that this would have constituted 100% respecting a pact. C, I mean. You know? The church gets help from the Army of the 8th, now they might get an Allen 7. Yeah, exactly. The new island is completely devoid of vegetation, but a perfect place to build a fortress. Soon the South has command of the surrounding waters. Have a new character? Oh, okay. Okay. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, the intention is there, exactly. Yeah, I was wondering why Ajetha wouldn't vote for the maintaining the pact. Okay. Alright. Arms shortage? We kind of solved that. Your Majesty, the situation in the south is dire. Hey, Birds, welcome in. The city watch in many of our cities is understaffed and now crime is rampant. Even dueling has dwindled as minor nobles take up other hobbies, like knitting and insect collecting. Pah! We must bolster our dwindling forces in the south. Who knows what will happen to our people without protection. Okay. Well, we cannot pay for that. We can do farmers, right? Do we want to do a southern recruitment campaign? Not really. Not really. At cost of the farming? Maybe, yeah. I think we're actually gonna do swing votes on this. Yeah. Welcome to Sana Lin Alcazar, Silver Knight, whose major motivation is to win the game of kings for the nobility. I'll workshop. She got her 16-time great grandmother to lose the council seat later. Okay, welcome in. What was her name again? Sorry. Can collaborate with this to restore the city watch in and around my house has lost nearly 70% of its soldiers due to death and defections. Jesus. Name was Susanna. There you go. Another tie? Are you fucking kidding me, y'all? Alright, we're gonna be counting down from 5, 4, 3. It's currently 16 to 14. 2, 1, and 0. Alright. The Grandee favored option wins in the end. Conduct an extensive southern recruitment campaign. It was really cool to see Grandees on one end and almost every count on the other. Surely the peasants just need encouragement. Posters featuring your likeness pointing at the reader with text saying Monarch Agrippa needs you are soon plastered throughout the south. Once again, you're thankful for the superstitious common folk. Perhaps only out of fear, peasants across the south line up for armed duty. The Grandees are most pleased. Look at that. Everything is going great for Agrippa. And we got stage fright here. Oh no. Your Majesty, there have been some strange rumors regarding the Grand Theatre recently built in the coastal city of Cymassus. People are saying that an unscheduled play is performed there at midnight and that anyone who watches it will die 6 days later. Several deaths have occurred already. Sorry? Did you say 6 days? Oh no, shiny quarks. Oh no. By the 9th year, Your Highness, I went and saw the midnight play out of idle curiosity. That was 5 days ago. What? Why would you attend this creepy play? I'm a noble. I have nothing to do all day. All I have is time and money. What happened in the play? There were only 3 actors, members of the daytime cast. They seemed to be in some kind of trance, like they were sleepwalking. The story was a bit unclear. 2 of them were allies in a war that captured the 3rd in battle and then devoured him in some kind of morbid banquet. After that I got scared, so I left the theater. Maybe that means I'll leave? I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. Oh my god, you're right. First Morgan with the teapot, and now you. The wizards are being hunted. Oh my god, you're right. Being a wizard is bad for one's health tonight. Yeah. It very much is something I'm worried about. Save me for the 9th's sake. I'll do what I can. Well, I'm definitely not gonna go watch a performance. I think we should raise the theater to the ground here. Yeah, I think we should raise the theater to the ground. Burn it down, right? Burn it down. Agrippa, after hearing that this thing might kill them, Agrippa is 100% not going. Throw the High Inquisitor a bone this time? Don't really feel the need to. High Inquisitor, we just replace her, and we put a puppet in there, you know, like in that role, somebody that felt inoffensive. So we're not even that convinced of her capabilities. So yeah. And also the power mover is the Archbishop, not really the High Inquisitor. Well, 13 to 11, this is actually pretty close. So I'm gonna be counting down from 5 here. If you haven't voted, vote now. 4, 3, 2, 13 to 11, 1, and 0. You managed to tie this one too? I'm really starting to hate y'all. I'm really starting to hate y'all. Is all just superstitious and empty gossip? I don't know. I think Agrippa is a little superstitious, which is why they're not going, right? King Israel, welcome in. How are you doing? You are... There you are. You look like the waitress at Oktoberfest. Yeah, we're gonna send the Inquisitor then. I will not let you down, your majesty. I'll take a full team of my best Inquisitors. Face palm incoming. Of course, when the High Inquisitor returns from the theater, her face is ashen, her eyes are wild. A demon lurks there. A power greater than any I've ever seen. We must burn it down. You heard her. Burn the theater. With the theater's destruction, all rumors of a midnight play cease abruptly. Whatever was causing this, it's been stopped. But it's not enough to save noble Patrician Shaikurs the second, who dies the next day, convulsing and frothing at the mouth. The patricians blame you for the loss. Sorry, Shiny. Sorry. Yeah. We're burning it. We're burning it indeed. We killed both the wizards. That's insane. Yeah. Both good wizards have died to demons. That's the game rebelling because the wizards have been editing it, you know? That's how it works. The demons in the game are basically the game's immune system rebelling against the code wizards. Are you trying to change me? I'm gonna kill you. That's how it works. Alright, everybody. Auction time. Let's start this auction. Exactly. Episode 9, the code strikes back. Pretty much that. That's a good one. Counting down from 5. No, counting down. Let's start this auction in 3, 2, 1. Boop! Exclamation mark fund followed by the letter of the building you want to fund, followed by the amount of money you want to spend. Your options are raising faith for the counts with A, raising stability with B, raising farming for the patricians, for the grandees with C, lowering authority with D, lowering military for the patricians with E, and lowering trade for the patricians with F. I see people wanting to lower military for the patricians. That's an interesting choice. Spells of woe. Might be. 20 seconds left, so spend your money if you have some. Spend all of your money. Spend all of your money. 10 seconds left now. And 5 seconds left. What the hell? What is going on? Wow. Did we actually get to 10 stability? I don't want to fucking believe this. Marid and Shiny. Building a cathedral and a library. Improving things overall in the kingdom. That's impressive. Wow. That's good. That's really good. That's really bad. Oh, these are all very interesting events, huh? Looks like the Monarch is gonna get very threatened in this turn, huh? The two wizards build a cathedral, trying to save yourselves. You're trying to save yourself. That's funny. Yeah, that's really good. That's really bad. All right. It looks like an ad is about to play. So I'm gonna be waiting. To start, because it's probably gonna be There's gonna be ads. Let me check something. Yeah, there you go. Alright. I mean, I'm gonna start an event, and then if there's a vote to do, we're gonna hold off on that. So let's start from a secret. There we go. Ads immediately running. We're gonna be taking a 3-minute break. I'm gonna be using the restroom and getting some more water. I invite you to do the same. Get some more water, get something to drink, and then get some snacks, use the restroom, and then we're gonna be resuming in about 3 minutes, alright? Don't go anywhere. Yeah, see you in 3 minutes. Alright, welcome back everybody. Thank you so much for sticking around. Let me see what y'all have been saying in chat around here. Good night, Bon. Orcskull! Happy to see you. How are you doing? Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you so much for the 4 months. I really appreciate it. How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Alright. That's a good one. That's a good one. Where were we? Your Majesty, terrible news. The Counts are deliberately eroding the power of the Church in the East. What, really? I hardly believe it myself. But what's even more alarming is why they're doing this. The fact that Daisy hardly believes that the Counts are damaging the Church tells you everything about how competent this High Inquisitor is. No worries, Morgan. The Counts are planning to holy your mind and summon a demon to fill the void and take possession. By the time they're finished, you'll be nothing but a shell. The demon will take over body and soul. By the ninth god. I thought exactly, Your Majesty. We must bring this sacrilege to the Council's attention. Well... I'm going to say, get me some holy water. Because you never know. Because you never know. I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, sure. Sure it is. God, I really hope that whatever the Church is suggesting works. I imagine Agrippa's really was quite sarcastic. Yeah. And the High Inquisitor didn't even pick up on it. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, Morgan, if you have to go, just feel free to go. Don't worry. I'm surprised the Q's regions are allowed to vote here. I mean, it's alright. It's how it is. They have a right to defend themselves, right? So... I'm gonna be counting down from 5, 4, the vote is 13 to 9, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Boop. There you go. Morning and evening, you take time out of your busy schedule to bathe. Unfortunately, the holy water is extra holy if it's cold, and you maintain a near-permanent shiver. Still, you detect no signs of possession. The Count's efforts have been hampered. Their stat goal will not be evaluated until the end of next season. Rumors of bribery. Your Majesty, I've heard some disconcerting whispers about Grandy Friss of the South. He has been discreetly offering coin to your palace watch. Just gifts, he says. Gifts of enough coin to retire with. I had no idea Grandy Friss was so generous. The Palace Watch have been grumbling about their low wages recently. If we don't give them a raise, these bribes will look very appealing. Unfortunately, we can't give them anything with the treasury as low as it is. We need to bring this matter to the Council, Your Majesty. Alright, let's do it. By the 9th, you don't have a shred of proof for any of this. Don't make me laugh. I trust the rest of the Council will join me in scorning these lies. Okay. Emergency measures to boost the treasury, sack the current watch and rehire from scratch. You know, that doesn't sound half as bad. I want to take this seriously. How do I take this seriously? Yeah, let's do this. Emergency measures sounds good. Sounds good. They can't seem to escape water. That's true, right? Agrippa is absolutely used to emergency measures, yes. Absolutely. The last time a monarch made a drastic monetary change, heads started rolling. That's true. We'll see if that stands true. Alright, 14 to 10. This is very, very close. I'm gonna be counting down from 5, 4, 3. I see few counts voting. 2, 1, and 0. Boop. Emergency measures it is. You order the mint to produce more coins. The sudden rise in inflation causes food prices to rise enough to leave thousands starving. What? I thought I would be taxing people. Holy shit. Most of the extra cash goes straight to the Palace Watch. Hopefully this will buy their loyalty. Well, that's not what I wanted to do at all. That's not the kind of emergency measures I had in mind. I wanted to tax people. Well, fuck. This is probably Agrippa actually realizing that they've made a mistake. You know? Because, like, Agrippa might be a turncoat and whatever you might call them, but they didn't want people starving. Just some dirty peasants. Yeah, not to Agrippa, though. They would have much rather taxed some nobles. Exactly, only the poor suffer there. Agrippa doesn't like that. One bright morning, you are taking a stroll in the palace gardens, arm in arm with your beloved husband. And with the help of my folk villagers, we can build an underwater road with open up trade between... Blorb is interrupted when a black-clad figure wielding a crossbow pops out of a mulberry bush and takes careful aim at his heart. I'm not gonna dive. Watch out! Time seems to slow. One of your coastal gladiators rushes forward and dives in front of your husband. The bolt strikes him in the stomach, sending him crashing to the floor. The rest of your honor guard rush forward and chop the would-be assassin to pieces. By the that's my life right before my eyes. Your Majesty, are you alright? How's the king consort? We're both fine. See the squid tattoo on the side of the attacker's face? That's the mark of the Blue Octopus, an assassin's guild from Saal. It seems Archduke Shomu is still annoyed that you stole his husband. Evidently, Archduke has decided that if he can have me, no one can. Let's kill him. Hire a counter assassin to kill the Archduke. Call on the Finfolk to attack Saal's ships. That's what we want to do. That's exactly what we want to do. Yes, let's declare war on Saal. I'm gonna let you swing your votes here. But yeah, that sounds good. I think I would declare war on Saal here. (10 to 13). Remember, you can change your vote even after you've expressed it, because swing votes is active. So yeah, especially look at Kitty Cathy, Trash, and Coffee. If you want to change your vote to one of the winning options, you can do it. And Warplow do the same thing. I'm gonna be counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. So what happened in the end? B. Call on Finfolk to attack Saal's ships. Okay, war it is. Or skirmish, right? Leaves message to me, Agrippa. My people can take care of this. Your husband travels home and organizes a gathering of the Finfolk clans. An underwater war is declared on Saal. It actually is war. Over the next few months, hundreds of Saalish vessels disappear without a trace. Saalish fishing and trade flounders while the grandees prosper. At long last, Archduke Shomo is forced to meet with you and your husband, begging for a truce. Bah! I surrender. There will be no more attempts on your husband's life. What else can I offer to you? Well... Well... I mean... Gold or ships? It's actually gold or trade routes. But I think definitely not the ships. Trade routes can lead to more gold in the long run, but what's better than more gold now? With a pained sigh, the Archduke signs your proffered treaty. Can I go now? With immense gravitas, your husband steps forward and slaps the Archduke with a large, dead fish. The Archduke staggers back, looking utterly perplexed. Ow! How dare you? I don't have to suffer this. After the Archduke storms out of the negotiation tent, your husband offers you a mischievous smile. If anyone asks, that was the traditional steampunk method of selling it freely. But really, I just wanted to laugh with the fish. Okay. Yeah, sorry, Grandies, but I want money. I want money. That's all I want. Meanwhile, in the south, the Grandi Fürst has invited his close associates to his manor house for some wine and cheese and treason. But the palace watch won't accept bribes any longer. Even Saint Jovine waited 60 days and 60 nights before she smote the blasphemer king, who will bide our time and strike again when the monarch least expects it. Jeez, we're so close to rebellion. I guess we can get some more gold, though. So why not? Tolerance win. I mean, that could be a good way to reframe it, right? You're not wrong there. The patricians striking a lucrative trade deal with Sal right after the war? Talk of opportunism, right? This is so good. No, I think it's like... I don't think it's piracy. I think it's the patricians going to Shomo and be like, hey, I know you're in a shitty position. Let's get you in an advantageous deal for us, disadvantageous for you, but it's it's the best you can get right now. Yeah. So do we want to tax people here? I think not. I think this is good enough. Can I get a freaking air please? I need to start rushing a little here. A giant glass globe filled to the brim with murky water is wheeled before the council. The fishbowl contains Lord Patrician lemon square suspended in liquid. He pokes his head above the surface. Nasakin, welcome back, and thank you for joining. Your esteemed highness, most infuriating circumstances befalling me. How you doing, Nasakin? I can see that. I have been cursed by a sea wizard. He inflicted me with these gills, so I can't leave the water for more than a couple of minutes. What did you do to anger this wizard? I have been in a tannery that is polluting some picturesque beach he likes. How was I supposed to know? I demand you arrest this maniac and force him to remove these gills. Okay. Well, no, we're not gonna do that. Oh, shit. Huh. I'm gonna do swing votes on this. I think I actually want to do A or B. I actually think I want to do A or B. Yeah, right? Bombard versus Wizard. Why not? Why not try it? We might want to try that. Wow, some people really hate Lemon Square. Eight to 8, this is actually close. 11 to no, 10 to 10, never mind. You can swing your votes. You can change your vote even after you've voted, because swing votes is active in case you're forgetting. So I'm gonna, now that you know that, I'm gonna be counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Change at the very end. Send a squad of coastal soldiers to arrest the wizard responsible. The squadron of the finest coastal fighters hurried off to hunt down the meddling wizard. Thinking nothing more of it, you retire to bed. The next morning, you wake to the sound of water trickling down the walls of your bedroom. Descending the stairs, you find the entire palace impossibly flooded. You recognize the corpses of coastal soldiers floating face down in the corridors. All of a sudden, you're buffeted by a strange, overwhelmingly salty breeze. You wanted to see me? Okay, now I'm fucking scared. Agrippa cannot escape water, you're right. Briley, welcome in and thank you for joining. You are... Where are you? You are a Grandy. How you doing? The sea wizard in question, I presume. Hey, name is Scrampton. What did you do to these soldiers? Monarch Agrippa the Damp is a really good name. Drown. You shouldn't have sent them after me. The sea will take its due. I needed to reverse the curse afflicting Lord Patrician Lemon Square. And why would you do a thing like that? His tannery is ruining my favorite beach. You know what? I think I'll pay you. You like money, right? Everybody likes money. Because the thing here is, Lord Patrician Lemon Square is a lowborn. Leaf is a lowborn, true and tested. So Agrippa doesn't want, like, kind of cares for them a little bit. Shutting down the tannery, same thing. I wouldn't mind shutting it down. I think Agrippa kind of cares for this in a kind of weird, fucked up way. You know? And also, it's a good opportunity to end on the good side of a wizard. Yeah, I think that they'd pay. Now, come to think of it, the coast is long and winding, with many hidden beaches. The wizard's flesh bulges and ripples and turns subtly to water, splashing down in your corpse-littered corridor. He's left you with quite a clean-up job. Lord Patrician Lemon Square appears in the council hall a few days later, back to his old self, though he has a case of the hiccups that persists for several months. There you go. The soggy is also really good. Yeah, partly I would say that's true. A murdered priest? Okay, let's do that last. Lord Patrician, honest Swede, Emanuele Perlamare strides into the council chamber, brandishing a clay pot from which grows a long leafy plant with floppy yellow flowers. Our expert farmers have discovered a new kind of plant, Your August Majesty. I thought you might like to name this exciting new discovery. Planting my plant face. Descriptive, I like it. This stuff grows wonderfully fast, it tastes horrible, but the farm animals don't mind. I suggest we grow it in the coast as livestock feed. Or perhaps it would make a nice addition to the palace decor. I don't want that thing. I mean, cultivate it in the coast. Who cares? Do it. Do it. Do it. I don't mind it. Or not. Or not. I know, Emanuela, thank you. I'm glad you like the name. I thought it was apt. Very apt in describing the plant. We don't even know if it will grow in the climate of the capital. True thing. That's a very good objection, right? I think let's just leave it in the coast, right? Because why not? You found it, you can keep it. Just like the teapot. Alright, I'm gonna count down from 5 here. This is very close. 4, 3, 2, it's 12 to 13 currently. 1 and 0. 12 to 14. Very descriptive, thank you. Cultivating in the coast, thank God. Coastal farmers plant fields of Planty-Mac plant face to support their livestock. It spreads alarmingly fast, and the pastures become known as the Planty-Mac plant face Sea. Villagers claim you could walk for a day and not reach the end. Alright, let's go to Murdered Priest. Even on land you cannot escape the sea? Yeah. It was a different kind of sea, right? The priest has been attacked by a mob of ruffians in a village in the east. The poor man, rest his soul, was beaten to death. Yes, this is a terrible crime, but there are mitigating factors. The east has been suffering from a terrible famine. The priest in question was known to be hoarding food for himself, and yet he lectured his starving flock about the importance of charity. Can you blame the peasants for reacting as they did? How dare you defend them? They beat an innocent man to death. I don't know. Oh my god. B is so goddamn perfect. But anyway, I don't think that Agrippa is unilaterally good. I think Agrippa is just been doing good politicking here. Definitely not this. Oh my god, B is so good. Send the Archbishop to the village to distribute bread to the hungry. That's so good. This is so good. I mean, if that's the... if that's what you want to draw from this, Amy, feel free to do it, but I would say that's your reading of the situation, not mine, and probably not everybody else's. Yeah, if this is such a concern for you, help yourself, exactly. Alright, 20 to 8. This looks pretty decided. Boom. Send the Archbishop to the village to distribute bread to the hungry. What? You expect me to give out bread to the people who murdered a member of my church? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I hadn't thought of all the different nuances that this choice implied. Shit. The council has spoken, Your Holiness. The Archbishop goes with great reluctance, but when he arrives in the village with his sacks of food, he's all smiles and forgiveness. The popularity of the church skyrockets. He uses his newfound popularity to blame the crown for this predicament. The peasants turn on you and mutter about revolution. It's a petty but effective revenge. Remember when we were talking about the church being a fourth pillar of power, separate from the different regions? There you go. There you go. Once again, wine using newfound popularity to blame the crown. Oh, it's of course the monarch's fault if the East is in a famine. Right? It's definitely not the fact that a rebellion in which I participated plundered the lands. It's the monarchs. If there had been good monarchs, you wouldn't be in this situation, right? Maybe I should be the monarch. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Good, good, good. A count rides to a remote, unremarkable spot of moorland. Soon another joins him. The church is scrambling for power. The High Inquisitor is losing her grip on the populace. How exquisite. Then we can make our move unseen. We must invite a demon to possess the monarch. The ancient books describe two demons, each attracted to different aspects of a human mind. Well... yeah, technically it is their fault. I mean, not the monarch, but necessarily, but also the archbishop. Alright, so... what do you want to do, Counts? Do you want to summon Rakamasa, the mad tyrant of the Cockroach Queen, and try to raise authority? Or do you want to try to summon Murmuriak, Duke of Greed, the face of all coins, trying to raise the treasury? Huh? Okay, what's your suggested solution, Amy? Should we ban the event? I'm not gonna go for competition if the Grandies are already committed to their thing. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that's smart. That makes sense. But also, it's the one that, based on what we've seen so far, probably fits best with Agrippa's character, right? Like, they've proven to be a bit greedy, so... Murmuric it is. According to the grimoires I've read, the Duke of Greed is attracted to individuals who hoard wealth. We must ensure the monarch is filthy rich. For the final stage of their scheme, the counts must raise the treasury to at least 5,000. Well, that's gonna be interesting. Golden choice, iron choice, reverse voting. I think... yeah, 5k, why? It's always plus 1,500 to a cap of 5,000. Oh, good to know. I didn't know that. That's cool. Makes sense. It does make sense. Let's go. An old debt. Can I get my heir? Okay, let's do the heir first. Your marriage to Glorb has leaped from strength to strength over the past few months. Truly, you've found your soulmate, and every day you count your blessings. It's high time you thought about an heir. Alright, do we want to have a child together with Glorb? Agrippa... Agrippa would probably do it in the hopes of annexing some of the Finfolk's owned things to the kingdom. You know, even the bastard child could be really fitting, though. Oh my god. These are all really good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm tempted by all four. I have no idea. I think so, Sayobi? Yeah, they're all fitting. Wait, let me read that. Increased tax control since the update. Possession excavation are more like could allow some people. Find cruel tax and make it over the cap, than actually trying to reach the cap. Main way to raise treasury through an event that I can think of is Crystal Pox. That's a good point. That is a good point. In most situations, yeah, that would be it. I agree. I'm actually not sure here. So, let me think through them. I think cousin is probably one that they wouldn't go for. If they had to go with the cousin, they would, like, at that point, they would go with a bastard child. Agrippa has a lot of bastard childs. So I might go with some of that to avoid having a half Finfolk person. But at that point, I think it's too tempting, the idea of maybe annexing some of the Finfolk kingdom, so to speak. So I think that probably Glorb child beats bastard child. So at that point, it's either that, or do we want to go with the lowborn child from the orphanage? Would Agrippa do that? Would Agrippa do that? I'm actually very tempted. Not making a weird half-breed avatar, thank you. Matt Hatter, hello and welcome, and thank you for joining. You are... I don't see you. Let me look you up. You're Grandy. How you doing? Child together, lowborn child. I think it's going to be child together. Yeah, I think this is gonna be it. What's the progress? We're choosing what kind of heir to have. Would anyone be so kind as to post the background info link for the new people who have joined? Is Agrippa that devoted to lowborns, or would they rather grab more land and perhaps benefit commoners later? I think that, like, that's a very good way to frame it. I think that's a very good way to frame it. Thank you, Lurks. So yeah, that link, you can get all the info you need. Did you say the same? Wait. Who's that addressed to? I don't know what you mean, Amy. Yeah, I think it's gonna be this. The traditional method, of course. Let's do it. Okay. An invitation. Your Majesty, you absolutely must come down to the coast this year and experience the summer games for yourself. It is the only social event that matters. If you aren't in attendance, well, it would simply be a crime. Ah, I love the summer games. It's been far too long since you were in attendance, Your Majesty. We all miss you. How could I say no? It's simply wonderful. It has been so long since the Monarch attended the games. Last time, as I recall, they were assassinated. Not to worry, Your Majesty, I'm sure it won't happen to you. Well, why not? An old debt. Icebook, how do you expect me to take this seriously, you crack-brained simpleton? I'm gonna skip through this because I feel like I've read it 1,000 times. And it's starting to get a little late and my throat is very sore. You indeed. You have a dispute about great-great-grandfathers and debts. Your Serene Highness, I only recently discovered his debt while coming through my ancestor's journal. Honor dictates that Count Icebook is liable for his ancestor's debt. Well? Well. I gotta say, old generations should pay interest to new generations. That's what I say. You know, Icebook. That's what I should say. Icebook is absolutely... I'm sorry, Icebook. Yeah, why didn't you vote C, Maito? Exactly. Old heavy bloods can easily pay light blood families. So I'm gonna be counting down. I see a few patricians and grandees have been voted, so I'm gonna give you a few more seconds here. If you haven't voted, vote now. I'm gonna be counting down from 5, 4. The vote is currently 14 to 10. 3, 2, 1, and 0. 16 to 10. Look at this. People don't like light bloods. Cancel the debt. Most pleasing. Glad the council sees reason on this matter. A debt is a debt. Does nobody care about honor anymore? I mean, I was on your side. I'm sorry, Lemon. The patricians are gathered in the empty council hall late at night. A new report from one of their spies has just come in. Depths below the council trying to hollow out the monarch's mind and fill it with some horrific demon. I knew they were acting strange recently. Is it too late to stop them? It might be their spell could take hold any day now, and the monarch still has yet to produce an heir. Perhaps it's worth changing tack. If it's too late for Monarch Agrippa, we might want to get out while we can. Alright. Patricians, what do you want to do? Do you want to support the monarch by diverting some extra tax from coastal peasants? Do you want to support the monarch with a propaganda campaign? Do you want to support the monarch by donating food in their name? Or do you want to stoke the fires and invent a reason to get angry at the monarch? What do you want to do, patricians? This is an interesting vote. So do you want to help the patricians, the counts, sorry, and vote A? Do you want to help the monarch and vote B or C? Or do you want to get closer to rebellion with D? A absolutely helps the counts, yes. It's not a matter of life and death. For you it isn't? Yeah, that's true. So, support the monarch by donating food in their name. Look at you being all nice and supporting. Are you donating it to the east? I hope. Marvelous, this should help Agrippa keep a good grip on the peasantry, but we can't do it all for them. Yeah, they probably donated some food to the east, right? That makes sense. And speaking of the crystal pox... Ah, fuck. We'll leave that for last. We'll leave that for last. Our lovely Planty McPlant face is flourishing, which is wonderful, but a few naysayers are concerned. I'm gonna say something, Amy. I'm feeling a lot of negativity here, and I'd love to see something a little bit, you know, constructive. On top of that, I understand the concerns, and they are reasonable, but, you know, it gets a little heavy to read concerns and concerns and no possible solutions and no ideas on how to solve things, you know? So I would encourage you to try to include that a little bit in that too. Our lovely Planty McPlant face is flourishing, which is wonderful, but a few naysayers are concerned. Which is ridiculous. The vegetation only swallowed a few villages. It's all perfectly fine. Just a few villages. We have so many. Well, I mean, whatever, right? I trust coastal farmers here. I would say we're good. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that would be too late, definitely. Like, you gotta consider, like, the way I like to see this, every time I design a dynasty is, it's basically doing playtests, right? Like, everything we're doing, every new mechanic, every new thing that we experiment with is something that I see as provisional and, you know, never a permanent thing, never a finished work. It's always something that I never got to an editing phase, if you get what I mean, right? Because if I had to perfect everything and make everything balanced and perfect and you know, I would never do anything. I would never be streaming. I would never do any dynasty. So just I try to look at whatever I do as a draft that can later be reworked on, or that maybe can be a learning lesson for the future, and or be used in future projects too in a new changed form, you know? That's how I try to think about it. That could also be a possibility, you know? Like, catastrophizing before things happen? Not oftentimes the most useful thing. Like, expressing a concern once is reasonable, but, you know, kind of just keeping thinking about it. Just let's wait and see how it goes. Every dynasty is a set of ideas thrown at the wall and see which ones stick. Yeah, pretty much, right? And how they stick. All right, 11 to 13, counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. No ties this time around, haha. Offload the excess to Ashmead. Harvesting isn't easy, with the scent from the blooms causing euphoria, then exhaustion, but the cull reduces the spread. Huge quantities of plant face are sold off to Ashmead as cheap animal feed, and the patricians are delighted by such an economic boost. It's great. Alright, now let's go have fun in the coast while people die in the east. The crystal pox is happening right in the bloodlines. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. The summer games, I'm going to skip most of the description for this because this event is super long, so I'm going to just read select sentences. The summer games have begun in Thalassus. Your esteemed highness, beautiful day. Welcome in. Grand Arena is waiting. Let's go. There must be thousands of people in the arena, peasants and patricians alike. But you have the best view. 2 different events, Your Serene Highness. Gladiator fight or monster battle. Tell me about the monster battle. Exotic beasts versus gladiators. I want to see the monsters. Man versus beast. Allow me first to call forth today's brave or perhaps unfortunate human champion. Noble Patricia Bunkle steps up at the podium. Our gladiator today is a homegrown hero who grew up in a coastal slum just down the road from here. Imprisoned for murder most foul, but continually protesting his innocence, we decided to throw him into the arena and let the ninth god sort it out. Give it up for Slasher's Caver. Out into the circle somersaults a small man. Despite his size, he moves with lithe confidence and wears little armor, his oiled skin gleaming in the sun. He's wielding a curious sword with a hook at the tip of the blade. One of his eyes was lost in a long ago fight, leaving just a milky orb nestled in scar tissue. It's one of the weapons that was in Blade Song. Curved Blade or whatever the name was. You notice that the cheering for this homegrown hero is especially loud. Your ears started to hurt. And then we have 3 different monsters. A ghoul, an ice giant, or a bronze giant. Oh my god. I think I've seen the ice giant. I don't think I've seen the ghoul. Or the bronze giant. The bronze giants aren't really... Bronze giants aren't the golems, right? Our bronze giants, they're from a different place other than Ashmead. Okay, that's good. Then now I'm very indecisive. Oh god, I want to see both. They're from Atesh. Oh. Atesh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've seen giants in the summer games, but I've never seen a ghoul. And people love this guy. You know what? Let's give them. Let's do a goal. Let's go with something small this time around. Ladies and gentlemen, people, we all love the arena, but people outside the coast sometimes ask us if we feel guilty for treating suffering and bloodshed as entertainment. If any soft-hearted folk are in our audience rejoice, our monster today can't even feel pain. It's already dead. That's right. Today we have a ghoul. Fished out of an abandoned crypt just last week. It's pretty good. The ghoul creeps out into the arena on all fours, twisting its head this way and that. It's nothing more than a human corpse, held together by hunger and evil magic. Slasher's Caver readies his hooked sword. As Slasher's Caver drums up the crowd's support, Noble Patrician Bonkel turns to you with a gleam in their eye. Gambling? Placing a bet? What are the odds? Clear favorite is Slasher's Caver. You know what? Yeah, I'll place a bet. Why not? I'm gonna bet 500 gold. On the champion. Yeah. on Slasher's Cavern. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it. Let the fight commence. The crowd roars and stamps until the entire Coliseum shudders. With an uncanny shriek, the goal leaps at Slasher's Cavern. Oh, we're gonna cheer. No fucking way. But the gladiator dodges easily. The goal lands, skitters sideways, and then leaps again, but is batted away by Slasher's Cavern's hooked sword. Slasher's Cavern takes the opportunity to swing from a potion vial that is stashed under his loincloth. The effects are noticeable immediately. His eyes turn bloodshot and foam drips from his mouth, but is moving twice as fast and attacking with far more ferocity. Slasher's Cavern swings his sword again and again, inflicting wounds that would put down a living man. A missing arm, a smashed jaw, but the goal keeps coming. Finally, the undead monster clamps its rotten jaw around Slasher's Cavern's throat, bearing him to the ground, and begins to feast. Half the crowd cheers while the rest groan in disgust. And the winner is the goal! Excellent, give me a moment while I go collect my winnings. What now? Holy shit! I wanted the guy to win. People were happy, but people are still happy, so that's good. I'm sure the counts were cheering for the goal, yeah. Well, the summer games have many more diversions to offer. Let's break for lunch. Blood in the sand. On your journey back to the palace, you reflect that your attendance has certainly helped cement the patrician support. Alright. And now let's get back home to some bad news. Bomb viewer, hello. Your Grace are bringing grim tidings. An outbreak of crystal pox is ravaging the East. What am I supposed to do about it? Your Majesty, if I may make a suggestion? Victims of crystal pox are only infectious at the boil stage. Once they are fully covered in crystals, they no longer spread the disease. Indeed, the pox crystals can be harvested and used in jewelry. If you allow the pox to spread, we could make money in the East. By Zinnia's ashes, woman, that is heartless, even for you. The only way to fight the pox is to close the roads and shut down all trade until the wave subsides. Is that what you want, for the East to lose money? Well... oh, fuck. Ah, shit. Yeah. It's Octavian, it's not Luther. I mean, it's gotta be quarantining, right? Agrippa is kind of an asshole, but not that kind of an asshole. Is the pox from that nasty Portugal business? Is not? It does not sound natural. That's a good idea. I think Agrippa is going to vote for quarantine. Not that greedy. They're not that greedy. Oh, you're right. You're right. It's not quite possession though. But you're right. Luther is there too. Forgot. Oh my god. The counts are voting to spread it. This is so good. This is so good. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. This is great. The counts, let's not paint people as villains. The counts have a different value system than the other regions. right? So yeah, like they know that the ones who will take the brunt of this would be the peasants, right? So they just don't care. They just don't care. Where is my other? There we go. Oh, we got some ads. So before resolving this event and moving on, let's take a 2-minute break. I'm going to be using the restroom real quick, alright? So I'll see you in 2 minutes. Stretch a little, get some water, get some snacks, use the restroom, and I'll be back in 2 minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that. That was... yeah, those were the frogs. The frogs waited for me to use the restroom and then attack the stream. Sorry about that. They just waited. Exactly, they were lying in the shadows and ambushed the stream as soon as I stepped away. Hello, welcome back. Thank you for sticking around, everybody. Alright, let's go. Let's continue. Yeah, you don't have to rejoin, don't worry. Even if the extension doesn't work, it fixes itself in a few minutes, but you're still inside the game. Don't worry. Vitamin Chi, happy to see you. How are you doing? Let's quarantine the East. Blockades are placed on the roads leading in and out of the East. Nobody goes in or out. For a month, the crystal pox ravages the countryside. When the blockade... oh my god, the East is so fucked. When the blockades are lifted, many fields lie fallow with no farmers left to tend them. Eastern villages are dotted with the gleaming statues of the afflicted. But thanks to the council's quick thinking, the disease doesn't spread beyond the East's borders. Once the roads reopen, the council harvest gemstones from the quarantine dead and sell them at a tidy profit. Look at that. Okay, are actually kind of reach. Okay. Auction time, everybody. Auction time. Spinebreaker, hello and welcome. How you doing? Probably Vitamin Chi, yeah. Alright, let's go. Auction time. Let's start this in 3, 2, 1. Boop, 0. Exclamation mark fund. Followed by the letter of the building you want to fund. Followed by the amount of money you want to spend. Here for your friend? That's awesome! You're welcome in. Your options are raising faith for the counts with A, raising military for the counts with B, lowering farming for the grandees with C, lowering stability with D, lowering authority with E, lowering trade for the patricians with F. There's a lot of lowering around here. It's not great. That's definitely not great. 20 seconds left to spend your money. Spend your money! Spend your money, everybody! This is your moment to spend the money. 10 seconds left, and then I'm gonna let you know there's 5 in 3, 2, 1. 5 seconds left. Spend your money! Spend your money! I don't see any grandies around here. That's... That's interesting. So we have Kane and others bringing faith to the east. And Skeleton Organization and others making a fortress in the east. How funny is this, that faith is the highest stat in the east, huh? This is so bad. Well, let's start with food riots, or no, let's start with vultures. Greedy coastal merchants are taking advantage of cheap eastern labor, Your Highness, exploiting our natural resources and putting our trading companies out of business. They're vultures. Is it really such a problem? This is just business. Jesus. I mean, it's just business. It's just business, baby. It's just business. It's just business. It's the patrician way. I think this is how the patricians felt before they rebelled. Like the counts now, right? Oh wow, look at that! Look at the counts voting in a compact block and forcing the council's hand. That's very interesting. Oh, look at this! This is so good! Look at this! Look at this! So we have the counts voting in block to put it back in Eastern hands. Most of the grandees wanting the monarch to take the patronizing, paternalistic role that they envisioned for nobles. And the patricians, most of the patricians being like, it's just business, that's how we do it in the coast. This is perfect, I love it. This perfectly exemplifies the different cultures of the regions in this dynasty. This is so good. So good. Depths below, trust me, those eastern fools will run my companies into the ground. All the coastal companies in the east are transferred to new ownership, lumberyards, tanneries, silver mines, workshops. It all goes to Countess Kitty Cathy. As the months pass, it becomes evident that late patrician Sparse Corruption II was wrong. The companies continue to make a nice profit, and their new owners press their wealth all across the east. Sparse lost some money. No, not really, come on. Yeah, Kitty. Kitty, you got some gold. You are now the third richest noble in the east. Alright, Ephra, what bad news are you bringing me? Your Majesty, the famine in the east grows worse by the day. Riots are breaking out in all the major townships from Rudgrad to Bikazov. I've never seen this name. Starving mobs are pillaging bakeries, granaries, and merchant houses. What are we to do? Oh, this is so bad. Send in the army? No! Important mass amounts of food from Tavalin and Kurth? Or the grain supplies to be diverted from the south? We're gonna veto this, and we're gonna offer a real solution. We will offer a real solution. Keywords are starving peasants there. I mean, the crown is happy to pay. The crown is happy to pay in case of necessity. The treasury is getting a little low, but the crown is happy to pay. 17 to 12, I'm gonna be counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. I want to point out something real quick. I love how the votes are split. Look at this. With the counts being like, no, the South should pay, not the crown. Let the South pay. Import mass amounts of food from Tallinn and Kurth. The treasury is opened and a tide of gold flows out of the kingdom and into the pockets of Tallinnese and Kurth merchants. See? This is absolutely an objective here. Tallinnese and Kurth merchants. In return, grain floods into the famine-stricken eastern land. This is in regards to a conversation that was happening on the Discord server some time ago. Thank you, Your Majesty, most pleasing. The unrest dies down as soon as the rioters have bread again. It's enough to tide the peasants over until the next harvest. Awesome! We solved the crisis. Now we can forget about the East again for the next couple of years. A letter from Ashmead, Your Majesty. I'm afraid the Planty McPlantface who sold them has overrun the villages, just as it threatened to do in the coast. I've convinced them that it was not intentional, but relations remain tense. I suggest we send them something else to suit the situation. You want to send them a gift? Oh shit. Well, no way to control these, really. I think Agrippa would ignore the letter here, or ask the patricians to send something. I'm gonna do swing votes though, so it's up to you. Oh, that's a good take, Sayobi. I like it. I as a person. (11 to 11, 11 to 12). Oh, this is gonna be real close, as always. I feel like this reign has had some very, very, very close ties, and some votes that just snowballed. Isabella would want to help. Alright, so 13 to 16. Kind reminder that swing votes is active, so you can change your vote even after you've voted. So, that said, 13 to 16, I'm going to be counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 13 to 17, 1, and 0. 13 to 17, 17 it is. Hearing about Ari as a callback. The patricians should send something, okay. And a bunch of patricians voted for that too, that's good. And it's a success. The patricians run to hire artisans to put together a lavish gift for the Ashmeadan court, a miniature palace complete with beautifully crafted guards. The Emperor is delighted, and sends a small gift in return, as well as a personal sealed letter of thanks to the craftspeople of the coast. Their work becomes the most sought after in the kingdom. That's really cool. As for the plant face, the source of all this tension, it's hard to keep it under control, and coastal farmers must constantly battle to ensure it does not spread too far again. That's fucking good! Okay, now let's heavy tax everybody to record. Do we want to heavy tax everybody? I don't think so. But the patricians are actually starting to be quite wealthy here. Let's take some money from them. Yeah. Kinda, that's funny. Oh, triple nines, you're right. Huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say we do this. The fisheries. Yeah, I think it's this. It makes sense. God, do we want to do... no, I don't think so, though. Yeah, they do this. They do this. They do this, that makes sense. Taxing the very rich region. Yeah. In this situation. So... let's start with the heir. Should it I ask that my crown be passed down to... It's going to be my son. Yes. Mad Hatter, thank you for the congratulations. It's going to be Agrippa II. Praise be your highness, I'm sure little Agrippa II will grow up to be a sheep of the old block. Well, thank you. Thank you. King Aquaman. Horrible haunting at your estate? Let's see if it's you. During a meeting with the council nobles, a commotion erupts as Countess Amy lets out a piercing scream. Now, who is this one? Byzinia's Ash's 7th take us. It's here, it's here! This can be a Jetha, okay. She faints away, falling to the ground with a crash. Wait, is it the same? Did you already have this? Event? I don't remember. Was it you who had it? No fucking way. This is fun. Oh, you're right. Because there was this whole thing about, oh, this is your great-great-uncle or something that you personally knew. Because you're immortal. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's funny. She'll be fine. You know, it's like, okay, we've seen this already. It's some risk shaking Amy comes to. Or Ejetha. I thought I'd be safe from it here, but lamentably, when we built that cathedral on my land, some matter of spectre was disturbed, and this made me its target. What's it doing exactly? Why are we entertaining this nonsense? I hear voices, your majesty, little pinpricks at the back of my mind. Just now I saw a horrid grey shape hanging over me, its face a rotting mask. We're too old for campfire tales, Amy. Ejetha, I beg your majesty, and gather nobles, come to my aid. We must banish this wraith. Well... Yeah, no, sorry, you're the 16th, of course, yes. I mean, I'm gonna swing votes here. I'm happy with pretty much everything. I would rather not ignore the situation, but it's alright. It's a noble. This sounds like some noble bullshit. It might be a different spectre, you're right. Alright. This is of course very close. You can change your vote, remember, swing votes is active. I'm gonna start making the countdowns a little quicker, because it's starting to get late for me, so I'm gonna be counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Research the land. You summon the chief architect. Upper lands, look at that. Who nods thoughtfully when you explain the situation. This sort of thing's an occupational hazard when building in historical sites. Keeping your toes, doesn't it? Find out what or who this ghost is. Of course, Your Majesty, I'm sure it'll be easy enough to sort out. Oh, this would have been she. Hurries off to Quail University to delve through the records. You can only hope Jetheth's troubles do not get worse in the meantime. Uplands, man. And now we have winter chills in the Bloodlands. Alchazard. Skeleton recognition the second hello. Brr, the Eastern winter has been especially cruel this year, Your Highness. I can still feel it in my bones. Settle down and warm up. It's not just about me, it's the East. It's very cold. Ah, shit. Oh shit, what do we want to do here? Leave the counts to deal with it. Send food to build eastern stockpiles. It's a lot of money. I don't know that I want to spend that much money. You know what? I don't know that I want to spend that much money. Oh God. I think that in this case, Agrippa's mentality is one of us is gonna be poor, better you than me. I don't want to be poor to make you not poor. It's not really a fact of coast or south. It's the fact that the monarch doesn't want to be poor. It might come across as the monarch doesn't want to even spend money on the east. And that's a reasonable way to interpret their actions, but that's not their motivation. The motivation is, I don't want to be poor. Like, I fought to get on the throne in order to be rich and wealthy and lead a good life. I'm not gonna give away my money. I don't care. Pay for everyone else because they asked for money when it was available at the right time. King didn't pay the monarch, by the way. It's not a king. The monarch didn't pay 500 coin. The monarch bet 500 coin on gladiator bouts because they're the monarch and they can do it. Alright, looks like the patricians are gonna pay. See? The patricians, we failed in 90%. The patricians gather as much food as they can to hand over to the people of the East. But it's not nearly enough. Many Eastern peasants perish in the desolate conditions. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. But this is a moment where, if you look at it, right, like Agrippa has been saying, I don't want peasants to suffer, I don't want commoners to suffer. But this is the moment where Agrippa drops the act, if you think about it, right? Because they've been doing all that only because they could afford it without having to pay it with their own poverty, with their surplus, right? Now that to help commoners, they would have to give up the ease of being on the throne. Nope, they're not gonna do it. Once again, this is a monarch, not a king. Next person that gets that wrong, please get them a timeout for a few minutes. I think I'll just stick to these. I like these. Your ambition? Huh. Chief Architect returns a new contraption. So, I usually do the first ambition roll first. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna move on to the other two events. But yeah, I think this is interesting, right? Like some people were saying earlier, oh, Agrippa is coming across as a positive monarch, and you know, with no real negative sides. Look at it now. They've kind of been pretending to really care, while they do care, but they care about themselves first. And they've kind of shown that now. That's how it seems. I don't know. Might be that too. Let's do the ambition first. At the start of your reign, you said you wanted to be a peacekeeper. You've succeeded on that front. Kingdom is peaceful. Awesome. But to shut down your evil scheming for good, you gotta build on that reputation. The common folk are a sleeping giant that even the nobles are afraid to wake. If you become beloved by the peasants, the nobles won't dare overthrow you for fear of revolution. My advice, on the other hand, would be to infiltrate each region with loyal spies, defeat their schemes with schemes of our own. Well, I think they're coming across as having made allies of convenience, which is fitting considering how the rebellion went. There you go. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Glorb won a war for the kingdom, exactly. Do you trust peasants to scratch your back, or are you too cynical for that? Agrippa? Agrippa doesn't trust peasants for shit. Not at all. Agrippa doesn't trust peasants at all. At all. At all. Yeah. Spy network it is. Create the kingdom's first 00 section, yeah. I was watching Spectre a few days ago, by the way. So yeah, it's funny. Yeah, no, Agrippa doesn't trust the peasants. And doesn't really care for the peasants as much as they care for themselves. And this goes to show they wouldn't trust the peasants at all. Uh-huh. Let's do the Chief Architect first. Your Majesty, I discovered something interesting about the land on which Countess Agetha Haunted Cathedral was built. What did you find? This ghost is actually Agetha's great-great-uncle Vladik. He isn't haunting the building, he's haunting her. Is it the same guy? Clementine is successful? Profoundly different people. Profoundly different monarchs, to be quite honest. A different guy, okay. My great-great-uncle is angry with me? I never even knew him. I can call upon Quayle University for more information. Blood and stars, I don't need the info, I just want this ghost gone. Okay. Do we really have to spend money on one of the oldest houses? I mean, I don't think we're gonna continue researching this. We're not gonna spend a dime on one of the oldest most heavy-blooded families in the kingdom. They're both from humble beginnings, but try to overreach and gain more authority. Okay, that is correct. But their motivations and the way they approach problems are completely different. Completely different. I'd love to have an exorcism here. But, yeah. Just get your church people to wave their hands, wands or something. Yeah, right, exactly. It's like, okay, let's just deal with this. Crystal, welcome back and thank you for joining. How are you doing? You are Grandy. Hope you're doing well. 15 to 13, counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. MrKaji, welcome back. Thank you. Thank you for coming back and saying thanks. I don't remember who he was, but I appreciate that. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. 20%. The High Inquisitor hauls Ejeth into a special quarantine room. She reports back swiftly. Of course, it's a failure. Your Majesty, this ghost hanging around Ejeth may have been a demon maddening her. It was far stronger than anyone expected. A demon, you say? We prevailed in the end, but unfortunately, Ejeth did not survive the cleansing ritual? Yeah, I was about to say, Maito, exactly. Like, is it for real though? I mean, it's the 16th, so is it really dead? At least the spirit is gone, but the counts are furious. Best not to talk too much about ghosts or the cathedral for a while. Like, I kind of assumed this would become a 17th or something. Are they going to rise up? I don't know, maybe. That was the whole shtick of the character, so I wouldn't be surprised. A new contraption, Your Majesty. A content by the name of Nasukin wants to present you with a new invention. Your Grace, we are entering a modern age, a more humane age, yet botched executions are commonplace. Decapitations where the head doesn't come off, or hangings where it does. No more, behold a merciful machine for removing heads quickly and painlessly. It is called the Nasukin. They swish away a cloth to reveal a huge machine of iron and voodoo has a hole for someone to place their head and a heavy blade dangling ominously above it. The sight sends a chill down your spine. How efficient. Precisely, within a Nasukin, you'll send 12 heads rolling at a time it would take an ordinary executioner to chop through a single neck. With a little funding, Your Majesty can distribute the Nasukin across the kingdom. I'll bring it to the council. You won't regret this. Okay. Isn't it weird that someone being poked by holy materials who's also immoral would have a bad reaction? I mean, you're not wrong. The Nasukin is a very good name, yeah. I agree. The crossbow. Fund a nationwide rollout. Tested on content Nasukin themselves. No. Or ban the contraption? I don't know. I don't think Agrippa would want to spend money on this, to be quite honest. Even how they didn't spend it on the East, you know? I think they'd vote to ban it. Would they? Nah, I think we'd swing votes here. Yeah. Yeah, I think they would do swing votes. She's just letting us in a room with her get her ass. This mission sends the wrong message. Besides, the axe has always been good enough for executions to present for our jobs, unlike this machine. That's true. Alright, looks like we're gonna fund a nationwide rollout. Let's go. Hundreds of Nasukins are built in Eastern workshops and sent to courthouses all over the kingdom. Soon you're chopping through the backlog of condemned prisoners with unprecedented speed and unprecedented mercy. Well, that's all we needed. The Ninth God is with us, my friend. The Palace Watch are in our pocket. They took our money gladly. The kingdom can barely afford to pay them a living wage. Music to my ears. Soon the throne will be ours, indeed. But we must plan our next steps. Grandees, you actually get to vote on your last step. What do you want to do? Do you want to kill the monarch and place your own claimant on the throne, trying to lower authority? Or do you want to control the monarch with the threat of assassination, trying to raise your own military? What do you want to do, Grandees? What do you want to do? Sayobi, V is not an option, unfortunately. I'm assuming you meant B. I would encourage you to vote. Sayobi. Here we go. 5-3. Looks like you might want to kill the monarch. That's interesting. It's currently a tie, 5-5. Maito, your vote didn't go through. Oh, because you're not a grandee, of course. 5-5. Is it gonna be a... Of course, Kitty, don't worry. Have a good night. 5-5, 50-50. If any grandee votes now, this is gonna break the tie. If they don't, it's gonna be 50-50 and gonna be decided randomly by the game. So counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Control the monarch with the threat of assassination to raise your own military. Yeah, I started late, Shiny, as I wasn't feeling too well, so that's probably why it's going long. Over the next few months, we'll have our troops infiltrate the capital disguised as beggars. They'll swap places with the Palace Watch one by one. Once the monarch realizes they're surrounded by our troops, it'll be too late. They'll be helpless little fly caught in our web. But won't the counts and patricians notice? That's why we need a strong army to make them think twice about challenging us. United with the monarch's forces, we'll be unstoppable. So the Grandees must raise their military to at least 7. Alright. Rebellion report? Oh wait, let me real quick make a note, because I just got an idea for something. I just got an idea for a potential dynasty. Give me a second here. Like you are witnessing the birth of a new dynasty live on screen right now. Yeah, I need a minute. Oh my god, this is good. This is good. Give me a minute. Let me write this down. Okay. Okay, I'm almost done. And or cool. Cool, I like it. Okay. I got it. It's cool. Thank you. Thank you for waiting. That's cool that I got an idea. Alright, let's go. Let's continue. So, Stone Maiden, are you fucking kidding me? Well, we're gonna go with the Stone Maiden right away. Oh no, Mari, don't be like, don't get super excited. Like usually, I get an idea, and then it changes like 5 or 6 times before I settle on something. But I think it's a good kernel of an idea. I like it. I think you'll see this kernel of an idea. I don't know in which form, but I like it. I like it. It's definitely something that I want to explore. So, behold, Your Majesty, and I'm glad you're excited. Lurks, shut up. Grandy King Israel pulls aside a turpoline to reveal a granite statue of Grandy Crystal. The statue is impeccably detailed. A set sight, is it not? The sculptor is most talented. Nay, Your Majesty, this is not a statue. It seems the Stone Maiden is abroad in the south. Well, I know she's abroad, she's called the Stone Maiden. This is no laughing matter. She's a walking statue with burning yellow eyes, and all who meet her gaze are turned to stone. She sleeps for years at a time before waking and terrorizing the kingdom. She must have ambushed Granny Crystal on their latest vineyard inspection. Please, Your Holiness, we must do something. Crystal, I'm so sorry. Hey, it's me. Yeah, no, you shouldn't be happy about this. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Swing boats. Swing boat cities. Yeah, a lot of people have died in this. That's true. A lot of people have died. Oh my god, that would be an awesome idea, Sayobi, having the Stone Maiden in the arena. If only that wouldn't kill the whole spectators, you know, all the spectators. I think it might be in like 5 deaths or something. I don't know. 14 to 14, not another tie, come on. Yeah, there's swing votes, so you can change your vote. Keep that in mind. I'm gonna be counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Fucking way. Tell everyone in the south to hide? Really? That's not a solution. That's pure cowardice. I agree. But it's a success. It may be cowardly, but it works. The Stone Maiden wanders around the south aimlessly, finding nothing but barred doors and shuttered windows. Long last, she retreats to her lair deep underground and falls asleep once more. But the weeks of stillness have devastated the southern economy, and a lot of grandees got very into baking sourdough. Sourdough. God damn it. A miraculous discovery. Let's take a look at this one. Ninth above, Your Highness, one of the knaves from my estate discovered something extraordinary. I was lost in the desert herding my sheep and I ran out of water. Then I swear I heard the voice of the ninth god in my ear. He said, "Drink and be sustained, for you are faithful." Then a noise just bubbled up from the dry sand. This is amazing news! Even better, the water has healing properties. A single sip fixed my sprained ankle. A true miracle in the south. This is marvelous news indeed. We must allow the kingdom's faithful to access these sacred waters, nay, the whole world. Wait a moment. For free, Your Highness? Good point. Charging. I don't know, man. Kill stick animals? That sounds silly. That sounds very silly. I'm kind of feeling free here, to be quite honest. crown has shown they're all about money when it's for them, not for the nobles. Yeah, I'm feeling more B here. I'm gonna veto C, because I don't think that's beneficial. Like, I don't think Agrippa would do this. Like, Agrippa would definitely use this for people. This doesn't sound inviting at all. He'll seek animals. No. I think Agrippa might be for... I'm actually very conflicted here. It feels like free for everyone to also throw a bone at the church again. But the other one kind of encourages, you know, free enterprise and... but this is not really enterprising. I don't know. Yeah, no, I think they would go for B. Because, like, B kind of favors people in the end, right? Oh my god, you're right. This is another water-related event. Alright, counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. We even got to 20 votes on B. That's awesome. Alright. The soggy. Disgruntled grandees claim that the ninth god created this miracle in their land as an opportunity to profit, to reward them in his life for their devout faith. They can't deny that it still brings in gold for the south. Enterprising priests travel to the Holy Spring to sell relics, and merchant hawk southern snacks and delicacies. The name of the ninth god rings out all through the kingdom. That's good. That's freaking good. Oh, good stuff. Alright, let's check the ambition. Let's see how we fail. It's just how she's raised. There you go. Well, according to plan, Your Majesty, let me show you. The Spy Master takes you through a secret passage in your own private office. You emerge into a hidden chamber where a number of hooded figures are waiting. These are my agents. They can blend into a crowd as effortlessly as they can slip a knife between a traitor's ribs. How can you be sure of their loyalty? I've been very careful in my selection. You can rely on these agents. Spinebreaker, welcome back and thank you for joining. It's just an inherited belief of hers that the Kanasaki nobles can charge them money for basic needs. Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's not that you're mean. It's just like it's how it is. Remember the whole thing about wolves and sheep? Soon they will infiltrate the courts of all the nobles on your council, disguised as traveling bards. One of the spies tosses aside her cloak, revealing loot and the colorful costume of a troubadour. Charm and flattery, they will worm their way into your nobles' hearts and minds. Then we'll have a spy network, the likes of which the world has never seen. This should put a stop to their foolish schemes, and will keep the kingdom stable for the rest of your reign. A little blackmail is a small price to pay. A week passes by before you hear more news. Your spy master arrives in your office with a tiny scroll, small as a cherry stem, clutched between two fingertips. This is a message from one of our agents in the field. Yeah, Your Majesty, I sent her to contact Kind of Human's castle, disguised as a bard, with a flute at the ready. Open it. Of course. 60% success chance? Hell yeah! Okay, this is good. This is good. The Spy Master studies the scroll for a moment, and a smile creeps across her face. She holds it over a candle flame, and it vanishes in a puff of cinders. She's been welcomed into Kind of Human's court with open arms, and is already flattering them with fawning songs. Let's hope our other spies are just as successful. Over the next few weeks, you receive back words from more and more of your agents. Almost all of them have successfully wormed their way into your nobles' courts. Now we must hope they can maintain their cover. 70% chance. A quick reminder: in case this is the last roll of the night, please, if you can, don't go away immediately after we're done with the book ending and everything. Because after we're done with this episode, we're gonna be starting the new game immediately to set up some editing things for the modding for the next one. All right. I need some people to join, so please hold on for a couple minutes after we're done. and then we can all go. Alright. 70% chance that this is it. Agrippa, did you really do it? They did! First fucking try! First fucking try! A few more weeks pass. You wait anxiously for news of your spy's progress. One day your spy master appears at your desk, her face lit by a triumphant smirk. Good news, Your Majesty. Our spies have uncovered some of your noble's darkest secrets. Did you know contact kind of human is an irrational fear of lemons? You do now. We even have a few illicit romances between the nobles and our generically attractive bards. The blackmail writes itself. This has gone better than expected. You do enjoy the services of an excellent spy master. Well, thank you, Adelaide. But we can't get complacent. We must see if our other spies are equally successful. Over the next few weeks, your spies sent back more and more positive reports. Soon you've established a spy network throughout the entire kingdom. It's with a sense of smugness that you call your next council session. As the nobles file in, you realize you know all the secrets, their weaknesses, everything. Listen, Your Grace, I was thinking the taxes have been awfully high lately. Why don't we hold a vote on reducing them? Can you take a screenshot of this and post it on the Discord, Vaspir? Thank you. Taxes have been awfully high lately. Why don't we hold a vote on reducing them? Hesperus, one of the oldest families? No. I must have misheard you. I just called a vote. Let's go, chop chop. Countess, can you come up here for a moment? I need a word in private. Countess Hesperus walks up to your throne, her face quizzical. Your spy master leans over and whispers something in her ear, and she looks suddenly horrified. Who's that? Crystal, thank you so much for the follow, even though you died. Countess Hesperus walks up to your throne, her face... yeah. By Xenia's ashes, how did you know that? Only my mother knows about that. Thank you, Vaspir. Sit down, Countess. If the monarch doesn't want to vote today, there will be no vote. Countess Hesperus returns to her seat, trembling like a leaf. This is an outrage. The votes must go ahead. Care for some lemonade? Leave me alone, I'll do whatever you say. I could get used to this. When you leave the council hall, the nobles are quiet. They know a new era has begun. An era of cooperation, or else. Your husband meets you back at your chambers. Your heir Agrippa II in his arms. Marvelous. I'm not sure what just happened, but I've never seen it almost like this prepared. This is where my reign really begins. No, actually, we should start teaching little Agrippa II how to follow in my footsteps. Yeah, they have a glance, a view for the future. After this, I get the feeling he'll be wearing a crown one day. Your heir is inside a fishbowl? God, I want this. Yes, yes. That night you slip in untroubled sleep for the first time since you first sat on the throne. No matter their grievances, the nobles will never again dare to defy you. You simply need to mention offhandedly that you know what they did last winter, or that you know where they sleep at night. GG everybody, good game. We get a Fiendfolk King. Have we ever got that? I don't even know. I don't even know. This is good stuff. Shortly after Monarch Agrippa's reign ended, the Inquisitors raided Count Sonic Ghost II's castle and placed him under arrest for evil magic. As he burned, he screamed the secret name of the seventh god. Sonic Go can't get a break here. This is the first one ever for you? Are you sure? Never in a canon dynasty? Wow. That's cool. They borrowed the fishbowl from Lemon. I don't know, Trash. We'll look into it. First in a canon dynasty, let alone a monarch victory. That's so cool. Huh. The Grandy's attempt to worm their way into the palace was uncovered, and a number of arrests were made. Grandy Frists ended his life chained upside down to a dungeon wall. The patricians celebrated their victory, and Agrippa was venerated as a true hero of the coast, but some whispered that the patricians were losing control of their puppet as the monarch consolidated their power around their heir, Prince Agrippa II. Monarch Agrippa ruled from the shadows, getting their way into the council with blackmail and threats. The nobles were terrified, but the peasants considered it a golden age. That's perfectly exactly what they wanted. After 15 years of unquestioned rule, Monarch Agrippa died peacefully in bed, and the nobles let out a collective sigh of relief. Monarch Agrippa the Mastermind is actually pretty good. Warplotus, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for the 100 biddies and for the congrats. Thank you. We are Alfarius. Hi. Monarch Agrippa the Mastermind. Good stuff. Sparse corruption is, as always, the richest noble, and Midgaris is the poorest one. Victory bits. That's good stuff. And then... oh my god, look at this handsome boy. Yeah? Yes, we are gonna get the Fishy King next episode, indeed. You didn't make much money this reign, still the richest though. So the kingdom... these stats are actually quite interesting, right? Like, faith raised. Trade is gonna raise again, because the patricians won, and their victory bonus is gonna apply. The treasury is gonna be restored to a higher total. The patricians got a little lower. The grandees recovered a little bit, in military especially. Look at that, they went from 0 to 5. And the counts were bumped up very slightly too. This is interesting. This is interesting. And the patricians get their first victory bonus, you're right. There you go. Good stuff. Wasn't it Treasury 1500 and Patricians 1000? I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. But this was interesting. Like, I really felt like for the most part of this reign, we didn't really get to know Agrippa, you know? I really get that feeling. Agrippa was very good at hiding what they felt. And to make situational alliances with different parties, right? Yeah, I know that I changed the patrician one from 1500 to 1000, but I remember that I was conflicted on the treasury, so I don't remember what I decided to do in the end. So if you copy it from the updated version, then it's 1000. First time in this dynasty, we have a crown heir raised in the palace to take the throne. Really? Oh wow! Oh my god! This is gonna be interesting. First heir. Oh my god, you're right. Yeah, Zoya raised herself. Oh shit! Good stuff. Good stuff. And this one is also going to start with lower authority, and I think this is going to be a really interesting monarch, to be quite honest. Raised in the palace, but coming from a former pirate and a finfolk. Oh, this promises well. Am I right? Okay, good. Good, thank you. Thank you for checking. This is very good. I think that this heritage is definitely going to give Agrippa II some very interesting ideas. I think it's going to shape who they are in a very considerable way, you know? Exactly, Amy, exactly. The authority, the lower authority is doubly relevant here due to the fish thing, right? Like, they are a patrician and son of a pirate, and son of a fish, a finfolk rather, an amphibian, you know, and yeah, Yeah, so people are looking at them and like, I don't know about you. I don't know about you. A little bit, kinda, yeah. Would love to be here if you ever started a Crusader King 3 campaign. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe one day. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not against it. I've never played it. So I would have to learn to play it a little bit, but it's something that I'm not excluding for the future. We'll see. Blood seems to matter a lot less these days, outside of how to treat peasants when they come up in votes. I think this shows that the priorities of the kingdom are shifting. I think there has been a shift, right? A gradual shift over the course of the different episodes, which means centuries. So yeah, I can definitely see that shifting a little. It's still present. It's definitely still present, but not in as much. It's not as strong as it was in the olden age, right? So I think it's okay, right? Like I feel that the organic way that our dynasties tend to evolve with the passing of 150, 200, 250 years is that they start with, like, we basically look at the kingdom at a specific point in its history and look at how the socio-cultural situation is at that moment in time. And then, of course, with passing time, we look at how that moment in the history of the kingdom develops and then ends, right? And then grows closer to an end. And then once it gets closer to the end, we stop the dynasty. So it makes a lot of sense, right? That it's slowly going away, because I feel that it's kind of like a game of microscope, if you've ever played that role-playing game, where we look at a section of an empire's history and analyze it. Can I help with that? Oh, thank you, MrKaji. It's good to know. Yeah, it's definitely not gonna come in the next few months, but it's one of the games that I might want to try on stream. No guarantees though, so I don't want to make any promises. Good stuff. People may have hated Agrippa when they came in, but they started being down for them when they got results. You know, and I think that one of the interesting things about Agrippa is also that we've had some monarchs who were idealistic, you know, who had very, very sound ideals, but were incompetent. We're not competent enough to carry them through and to benefit the kingdom. So whereas this person here, Agrippa, didn't have, like, one of my notes was where is it? No moral code except to thrive true to their coastal upbringing. Each person for themselves. So this person here had no real fucking moral code. And yet, they benefited the kingdom, in a way, right? So I feel like people probably started seeing, okay, maybe it's better to have an asshole on the throne who can... You know, it's better to have someone who benefits the kingdom, even if they better benefit more, than having someone who's trying to do good, but is not capable of doing it and ends up damaging everybody. I think that's a good way to put it, right? New Aquatic Era. Microscope is a good game. Seem very pragmatic, willing to make concessions to the 5 or so different parties they're juggling, and yet being able to sufficiently appeal to them through material results. Yeah. The more practical mindfulness of how the nobles interacted with the peasants and the common folk. But yeah, I think this is a good summary, right? Like a good thing to take out of this, right? Like that. People are looking at results, not at ideals. Both nobles and commoners are valuing results and not ideals, and they are valuing what you give them, what they earn from you being on the throne, more than what yeah, more than your role as a monarch, as an idealized role, you know. And admittedly, the nobles got mad at the end. Look at that. Like, this was not painless, right? Like 8 and 7 defiance was very high. But the common folk, I would say, were pretty happy about this, even though some of them starved. I was like, okay, yeah, for some of us it's gonna suck, but most of them are doing. Most of us are doing alright. I'd guess an old figure, Bunkle. I don't know. Someone who produces results, even if it's skewed in their favor, over options like bootlickers or tyrants who overstep and just take away from the nobles. Or even just people who are idealistic and try to do things in the perfect way, but are not even able to do it 20% of the way, you know? Very idealistic, perfect. Yeah, definitely. Definitely, Marley. Good stuff. This was good. This was good. I enjoyed Agrippa. And I feel like this brought a lot of development to the lore too, right? Like, I feel like a bunch of new themes have been introduced, or at least the existing themes have been developed and pushed forward by this monarch considerably. So I would say this was very interesting reign. Good stuff. Very, very interested to see how these same ideals, or themes rather, will be explored further in the next reign. That of King Agrippa II. In episode 10, by the way, of the Bloodscale Dynasty. Good stuff. Thank you so much for playing, everybody. We'll see how this will further develop next time. Next episode of the Bloodscale Dynasty. I love you all. Take care.